stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Hicken here for Bowen Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bowen Eye. Visit Bowen Associates today and experience the difference. Bowen Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Kick off the new year with a new look for your home. It's the Renewal by Andersen New Year's sales event. For a limited time, save 20% on their energy-efficient windows and patio doors, designed to keep your home comfortable all year. Plus 0 down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Offer expires January 31st. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Coogan's Go time on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. The shouting is over. Now we just deal with the collateral, I suppose. Up and at 'em here on a Tuesday morning. Your coach deposed. Your GM remains. Guess we got reality to deal with. Coaching searches, names to consider, hopes to be had. Look, yesterday was the day to cover the news, and today is a day to really survey the damage. And there's a really, really, really bright, shining example of the damage. And we're gonna get to that next segment. We'll focus in here on where we are. First, E.T., good morning, friend.
Sup, I say, Jeffrey.
I'm going to go with this. I'm going to give credit to this fan base, one of the best in the NFL for their passion.
Number one.
You know, there's not a lot of markets that react to the GM not being fired. In most elementary markets, the coach goes, and that's what grabs everyone's attention. Problem solved, we've got a new coach. They can't go second level to what some of the other core problems are with their franchise. And so I'll give Jag fan credit. They can see, they can see Rome burning even if Caesar can't. And that will be manifested. Unfortunately for us, we'll have to sit through a little bit more losing, or at least not reaching what our ceiling can be, and we'll, I guess, go from there. So credit, look, when my wife says, so they didn't get rid of the general manager, that tells you where Jag knowledge is compared to other places. This was, I guess the reason this just feels, I'll put it, I wasn't sure I was watching a press conference or an episode of The Twilight Zone. Like what you are about to see is a press conference at the National Football League level. But all is not what it seems. In the Twilight Zone. And then you cut to the scene where Shad Khan, the owner of the franchise, is speaking, and then you get the, and you see that it's just what Trent Baalke is thinking. I felt like I was watching Shad Khan speak Trent Baalke's thoughts. Like, Shad, why Trent Baalke over Doug Pederson? Why does Peterson go and Baalke stay?
3 years ago or 3 seasons ago,
Obviously, we made the playoffs. We're in the division game. Last year, we started off 8-3 and then went 1-5. Okay, and didn't make the playoff. Was a winning season, but didn't make the playoffs. And after that, I started really right in Nashville. Sat down with Doug. Okay, what are we going to do? And he identified, on the defensive side, we needed to change the staff and so on. And as the season, progressed, it obviously we weren't doing well. We were close, like yesterday, but not close enough to win the game. And then as I spoke to Doug even last week for a good length of time, I just came to the conclusion what we were doing was not working, and a change in direction was needed.
And on the coach's side, that change in direction came. No mention of the guy who's sending him the thoughts telepathically. No, I don't know, acknowledgement of any role that player personnel and busted free agents might have. But nonetheless, Trent Baalke stays. The guy's amazing, bro. Dude's amazing. Give him credit. If I got to buy a car this weekend, I want Trent Baalke riding shotgun. Can I take Baalke to buy my car? My man can sell.
Water to a fish.
Bro, my man can sell. He's been here, what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes? 5 minutes? How long has he been here? 4 or 5 years, Trent Baalke?
Yeah.
Right, 4 or 5 years, my man's been here.
Three coaches.
In 5 years, 3 coaches, 3 top 5 draft picks. The Twilight Zone, boss. Trent, what about you? Were you surprised you're still here and sitting up there? I mean, those of us that are thinking about the totality of this catastrophe here see your hand in much of it.
I don't know if surprised is the right word. That's not my decision. That's the decision of ownership, and I certainly respect the decision that's been made, and don't take the job lightly. The real fact, the bottom line is we weren't productive on the field. We didn't win enough games, and I don't shy away from that. I'm just as responsible as anybody else. And all we can do now is roll up our sleeves and go to work.
And that's true. And I don't doubt the effort. And I don't doubt the sincerity of Trent Baalke's statement there. The problem is they're not good at it.
You missed.
Yeah, they're not good at it. So, I mean, that's great. I can have 2 dudes come over and say, man, y'all built me a shed. And they're as happy and as intense about it as
trying. They got their hat
they try hard, man. And that's
singing songs.
Yeah, it looks okay. And then a wind comes and it all falls down. I mean, you got to be good at it.
Right, you got to be good.
I'm willing to roll up my sleeves and give you open heart surgery. You don't want it.
I'm trying my best.
And so now back to this is the most disappointing and deflating part of just this whole thing from the ownership standpoint. All right. This was easy, man. This one was a layup. This is so easy. We need a clean sweep here, my brother. This was easy just to get rid of both of them. Get a new brain trust in here. Don't limit yourself to that coach that you expect so much of. Listen, the shine is officially off Doug Pederson. Doug Pederson deserved to be fired. I'm fine with Doug Pederson being gone. I'm not fine with both of them not being. I do think that Balky acknowledged that, I played a part in it too. You're darn right you did. A big, huge part in it. And I can't speak to the dynamics inside. I don't care. Win football games. You can be as dysfunctional. You can hate each other for all I care. Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson seemed to win 3 Super Bowls, not exactly buddy-buddy at that point. Right. But this seems just comes across, and what you hear from this guy who knows that guy who works in the stadium, it's petty. It's just a petty kind of culture, and it's playing out. But listen, I think we are guilty with Peterson like we are guilty with our players. We put him at a place that he's not really. Listen, I've done this, and I understand, and I've done it more in the context, Steve, when we're having the Doug Pederson, Press Taylor argument on who should be calling plays. And, man, y'all can go find it if you can. I've looked, I can't. Go find me the columns that were written and the ratings that were given on play callers in the early 2000s before Doug Pederson got the Eagles job. Go find me best offensive coordinators in the league list and where Doug Pederson is number one with a bullet. Go find me the years where his offense is number one in the league. No, look, not that he's not decent, but this notion that we got like the most fantastic, innovative, play calling, successful, offensive, wizard was never accurate. I mean, look, the 9-8 is impressive because for the same reason it is for Trevor, how bad they've been. But you could also question the 9-8 for what they could have been had they been coached better. And the playbook and the offense has gotten super stale. So Doug Pederson, after losing, 18 of his last 23 football games or whatever the number is, I got no problem. That seems like a smart thing to do at this stage of the growth and development of the franchise. And Peterson is a good coach who caught lightning with a special play call in the Super Bowl, the Philly special, and an unbelievable upset. But he had Carson Wentz on the rise until he wasn't. And is now gone and forgotten. He had Carson Wentz, much like Trevor Lawrence a couple of years ago, on the verge of being considered a top, really top quarterback. And then they digressed. And we're going to get more on that on the other side because I think that is the most important topic here that now continues to stagnate. So Balky stays. How does the coaching search get affected? Listen, if we wake up in a week and Ben Johnson is okay with working with Trent Baalke and he has the job and maybe there's some non-public departure plan, it's the last year for Balky under contract. There could be hey, man, we'll go. I'll support you all the way. This is it for you, though, boss. This is last year. We're going in another direction. I don't know. I don't know all those, I's and T's. I don't. But it doesn't feel like that's going to happen. Feels like you're going to have to get a coach who has to take the job, not one who wants to take the job. Because there are a lot of attractive things here between the salary cap and the young quarterback. Some winning, at least recently. Listen, when it comes to this year's play, again, what I've always used as a barometer, unfortunately here in Jacksonville, had to use this comparison a lot because we're always bad. If the record is better than the roster, you need a new GM. And if the roster is better than the record, then you need a new coach. This was not a 4-13 roster. This had 8-10 games on the field that could have been won with a leader of men, a field general, a head coach who demanded and commanded presence and victory. It's a man's man game out there on Sundays, man. I don't need any flippancy. My quarterback gets headhunted. People are going to know. I ain't going to be hugging the other side after we lose to a division rival. I mean, there was a lot down the stretch to not like outside of the dismal offense and play calling and stagnation. And the running game has gone backwards. Trevor Lawrence has gone backwards. Everything about this football team has gone backwards. And Shad makes a good point. If they had a meeting last year and Doug Pederson said, hey, this is what we need. I need the authority to completely overhaul the defense and get my guys in and then replace it with the worst in the league, you're not exactly a savant when it comes to putting together a winning football organization. So Doug Pederson being gone, God bless him. Thank you for one magical half of a year. But it's on to the next guy. I'm fine with that. But there are big holes in this roster that were easy fixes that our guy had to be too smart for everyone and has blown it over and over and over. And I'm going to document the ultimate, most catastrophic potential effect of it when we come back on the other side. We're up and rolling here on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. A coaching search has begun being conducted by Trent Baalke. That's the world we live in on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
I did not see this one coming.
Radio play-by-play is like stepping in a theater in your mind.
As good as it gets.
1010XL, Jacksonville's home for play-by-play.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the chairman of Underwoods. With Christmas behind us and 2025 here, the last thing you want to hear is somebody trying to sell you something. That's why at Underwoods, we'd like to just stop and say thank you to all the people that came in our stores over the last year. Whether you bought from us or not, we want to thank you for coming by and giving us the chance to help. You know, in North Florida, there are a lot of people trying to sell you jewelry. But at Underwoods, we consider it an honor for somebody to come in and just give us that chance to help. And if we do a good job, we might get a chance to serve again. Having served North Florida since 1928, all of us here understand what a customer really gives us during that visit to Underwoods, their trust. And it's up to us to do everything we can to keep it. So on behalf of everybody on the Underwood team, thanks again for coming into our stores. And we wish each of you a Happy New Year.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
This is Tony Baselli, Pro Football Hall of Famer. I was known for protecting our quarterback. These days, I'm extending that protection to a different arena, your home. I have partnered with Heritage Roofing of North Florida, your premier local roofers with over 25 years of experience. Heritage is your go-to roofer for hurricane preparation, with same-day inspections and estimates. They also work with all insurance companies. Let Heritage Roofing of North Florida safeguard your home and family. Visit heritagenfl.com for your free estimate today.
State license CCC 1335410.
Denny Thompson here. Tackle burglars and protect your turf. Give yourself peace of mind catching everything around your home with Tyson Sound & Security's cutting-edge surveillance cameras. For safety and convenience, Tyson has you covered for all home cameras and security systems. I'm talking HD recording, night vision, and remote alerts all from your phone or computer. Call Tyson Sound & Security right now at 904-762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security. Security and automation experts.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here. Listen, I'm all about a sure thing. I like putting my money down knowing I'm going to win, and that's exactly what Awaken 180 was for me, a sure bet. I dropped 25 pounds in just over a month, and let me tell you, the results speak for themselves. Now imagine this. You start Awaken 180 now, and when February rolls around, you've already lost 20 pounds. Or maybe you're like Matt Hayes, down 40 pounds by March. And don't even get me started on Hacker. Dude's lost over 100 pounds. Life-changing results, and I got to see it firsthand. Awaken 180 isn't some gimmick. You eat, you're never starving, and the weight just comes off fast. No guesswork, no crash diets, just a plan that works. And the best part, it's built to last thanks to free support for life. Don't wait for another failed resolution. Start your new year with the program that is the sure bet. Visit awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. Make sure this year is the year you win big with Awaken 180.
It's the Gator Podcast Channel with Frank Frangie and me, Dan Hicken, on all things Gators. Hacker and Denny Thompson have Gator Bites, and you can find them wherever you find podcasts or at 1010XL.com. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Find the best-kept secret in Jax at the Moss Fire Grill. From $5 margaritas to made-from-scratch Southwest cuisine, find yourself relaxing or celebrating at Jacksonville's first-ever rooftop. Visit Moss Fire Grill in Riverside.
See you on the rooftop.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zero Res. Guess what? We love rugs. We'll treat your fine Oriental rugs with tender, loving care they deserve. How about Gerard, the Zero Res rug cleaning manager, one of the few certified master rug cleaners in the state of Florida? If you want your rugs cleaned with tender love and care, call Zero Res. Right now, have one rug washed, and we'll wash the second rug free. That's right. Buy one, the second one on me. Zero Res. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. An ACL tear can be a devastating injury with prolonged pain and rehabilitation. Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari. I'm a sports medicine orthopedic surgeon who grew up right here in Jacksonville and then went on to train with the world-renowned Dr. James Andrews. At Bari Orthopedics, we use the most current techniques to get you back in the field with less pain and quicker rehabilitation. We treat all types of sports injuries with the newest techniques available. Please call us for consultation or visit BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
When the heat's on high or the chill is too much, who you gonna call? Cool Cats Heating and Cooling is locally owned and operated with a perfect touch. You'll keep your home just right, day or night. AC to heating, don't take a beating. Call the coolest cats in town. With a 5-star Google rating, they're your neighbors, ready to help. So get your paw of approval from Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town. CoolCatsJax.com.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I mean, I think so. I mean, if our defense would improve, get to the middle of the pack. But we were, 2-10 this year? I mean, how many of those games, we could win? And I think the schemes on offense just being less predictable, I think, we could be more productive on offense. And we have the ability through the draft coming up and salary cap to be able to, use that to get more specific players we were seeking. So, I mean, I expect this, for us to have success very quickly.
Listen, the argument for firing the head coach is a solid one. I don't need to hear all those reasons. It would be hypocritical of us as a fan base and the media after saying the same things. We just got a predictable, stale offense. We're going backwards. We have an offensive-minded head coach who refuses to change the play caller and open up his horizon somewhere else. We got to move along. I get all that. But when it came to defending his choice to remain with Trent Baalke, it just didn't go well. It just didn't. I mean, that's the overwhelming, again, credit the Jaguars fan base for being as passionate as it is. Really. Well, that's the overwhelming verdict, is that didn't go well. That there was no basis to really defend the GM, so it kind of left Shad Khan, the Jaguars owner, just kind of twisting, and it led for a variety of opinions. No, it's funny. I'll give Mia credit. She was asking, respectfully and aggressively enough, and so the questions were being asked. But again, Trent Baalke channeling his telepathic thoughts through Shad Khan's voice box.
She was like that dog that won't let go of your pants.
And it's fair.
Yeah.
Listen, again, maybe you're not understanding me. What has this guy done? What if the coach thinks it's that guy? But again, Shad has done all that. But this just seems like this was an easy call, and he got snookered into making it harder than it was. And I don't know, with the input that Shad Khan is getting, I don't know if he just fully realizes the ramifications this could have on a coaching search.
That's crazy because it's like everybody else does.
But and here's the thing, I accused, so somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but wondered is probably the better word, if Shad Khan even knows who Ben Johnson is, if he knows he's the offensive coordinator, does he know who Ben Johnson is? Does he know who Joe Brady is?
It's like, have you seen the Lions play?
Yeah, I mean, and maybe he does, because when he dropped this isn't Aaron Rodgers 2.0 yesterday, that seems to give a guy who's got more than a casual knowledge of the league, right? That's kind of going a little deep when you go Aaron Rodgers 2.0, referencing we're not going to let the quarterback hire the head coach. He said that about Trevor yesterday, which now gets me ultimately to the most Jaguar thing. Now that's a day later, and we're really going to sit here and take stock of where we were. All right. I've been as big a Trevor Lawrence defender as there is out there on what the kid can be and what he has shown he can be when things are right. But even those strongest are disappointed with where we are, with an expectation of having, a great quarterback take you to another level that you wouldn't have reached if you didn't have him. And maybe we are getting that. It's just the rest of it is so bad that we didn't understand that this is a 5-12 football team that'll go 9-8 with Trevor Lawrence and 5-12 without him. But that doesn't erase what happened at the beginning of the year when Trevor played his 8 to 10 games. So it's on to the next guy. Okay, this is the most Jaguar thing ever. This is where when they sneer at you and say, "Listen, Trevor Lawrence doesn't want to go to Jacksonville." Oh, Jacksonville will screw it up. Jacksonville will get it wrong. And, buddy, we have just textbook opened and written a chapter on how to ruin your franchise quarterback. How to ruin him. You know how you ruin him? You bring him in, you give him Urban Meyer, the ass grabber, who doesn't have anything going when it comes to the fundamentals of NFL football. So he goes to, in his rookie year on a terrible team that just earned the number 1 pick by having 1 total win, he dealt with Urban Meyer, with ETN getting lost in the beginning. He was under pressure with a bad offensive line from the get-go. He had Bevel would have been his offensive coordinator, and then Bevel would have gotten bumped up to the, to the interim role, which would have brought in another offensive coordinator. So my man hadn't been in the league for 8 months. He's had 2 coaches, 2 coordinators, 3 total wins. Moving on. Bring in Doug Pederson. All right, this is a new system. Okay, this is our guy. Peterson for 5, Trevor Lawrence, onward and upward. And this is where Balky's hand is in it. And this is where Shad Khan is not getting the full story. So how have the Jags continued to take a number 1 draft pick full of future and promise and just ruined him step by step? Step 1, total chaos year 1. Moving on. Step 2, get a new coach who has some ideas. Go get at least a better receiver in Christian Kirk. Again, it ain't like they went and got DeAndre Hopkins in his prime, but nonetheless, make some upgrades. Figure some stuff around. And how do they punctuate this new era? They draft a center, a rookie. And they put one of the most important pieces of Trevor Lawrence's development, literally tied to the hip, every play of the game. They put his hands under the butt of literally the worst graded center for the next 2.5 years that he played. Huge fail by the front office. Huge. And continuing with that theme, never hit the home run in the draft on the offensive line or in free agency. Got a bunch of decent guys, none great, from the second-round tackles that we've employed as starters to the used to be all pros, but now just solid veteran interior offensive linemen. We got another one at center this year. Just a whole hodgepodge of average. And Trevor is, for the most part, faced a lot of pressure through even the winning year. Step 2, give your future quarterback in the midst of another, scheme change and coach change. Now on to your 3rd head coach and your 3rd offense coordinator. Let's put literally the worst graded, the lowest graded center in the league as his constant and consistent starter for the next 2.5 years. But let's continue. Step 4, the constant barrage, the constant weight of feeling you got to make every play for this offense to do anything leads to that, in addition to subpar offensive line play in many cases. Said quarterback now being injured. High ankle sprain here. Sprained shoulder there. Concussion on this Sunday. Ultimately, after starting X amount of games in a row, just has missed 10 in the last couple years. Step 5, let's change coaches and coordinators again. Guy's been here 4 years. Already signed another contract. So it's on to coach 4, coordinator 4, offensive line combo, goodness knows. Let's finally have a receiver out there if we ever get back out and in a groove and are able to find and hire a coach. But yeah, here it now comes again. Step 6, the retaining of said GM who's played a part in those personnel moves. limits you from getting a guy who might actually be able to save, salvage, and have Trevor Lawrence flourish. Because there is a very, very fair suspicion among the fan base, and yours here truly, that our general manager won't hire the right coach. He won't be able to get the coach in. They won't have the kind of relationship that they need, and he will continue to abjectly waste draft picks. And it's easy to play the what-if game and go back on drafts, and we took this guy here, you should have taken it there. It's too brazen, bold, and obvious, the draft failures of Trent Baalke. He has to be the worst drafter in the NFL since he took the job. He has to be. Even the players who look like they have promise ultimately don't. And if you think somebody can coach a cornerback out of being all pro, no. Trent Baalke probably told Shad Khan they could. I mean, when Shad Khan asked, why do we pay this guy, that guy, and the other guy? Why do we let this guy go and this guy stay? I'm sure Balky just channels that telepathy that just got a brand new car for $80 into some sense of belief. So here's the problem. Is this maybe the fresh start? Trevor Lawrence 4 more years now under contract, right? Or was it an extension? Is there 5 from this point?
Yeah, it was an extension, right?
So it's 4 more from this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes fast. And here we are back to square one with, because of the actions, or in this case, inactions of Shad Khan, are going to have us in the same boat 2 years from now, if not sooner. Maybe an EVP can ride in on a white horse and salvage this thing and talk some sense into all sides. Somebody who can be neutral, not be bully pulpitted, and then ultimately conned by Trent Baalke. Because if Trent Baalke is selling himself as the answer and not part of the problem and doing it successfully to Shad Khan, wow, what a salesman. Got a football fix next. You're listening to The Drill. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Florida Gators in top-ranked Tennessee meet at the O'Connell Center today. Florida has won 13 of 14 to start the season. Tennessee a 14-0 perfect start to the year. They're number 1 of the country. The Gators are the 2.5-point home favorite against the Volunteers. The total bet down from 149.5 to 148.5. In the NHL today, the Tampa Bay Lightning look to end a 4-game losing streak. They're minus 105 of the money line at home against the Carolina Hurricanes, minus 115. The total is 6.5, shaded to the under at Amalie Arena. Carolina has dropped 11 of 20 on the road this season. $250 bonus and you open up a GBank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
It's New Year's resolution time, so why not skip the guilt and do something you'll actually stick to, like fixing that leaky faucet, unclogging that drain, or getting your AC ready for the summer.
Duck Duck Rooter is here to help you keep this resolution. Investing in your home.
Start the year off right with Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Call us today at 904-862-6769. Because when you're stuck, call the Duck. Right now, get $50 off any service of $150 or more.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
Happy New Year from Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Start 2025 off right by keeping your car running smoothly. Whether you're traveling for work or heading out on a weekend getaway, their expert technicians will ensure your vehicle is in top shape. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule maintenance, repairs, or tire service. With Big Chief Tire's trusted care, you'll tackle every journey ahead with peace of mind. Start the year strong. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
1010XL celebrates high scorers.
1010XL and Southeast Orthopedic Specialists celebrate scholar athletes.
In class and on the court.
Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Let me get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Hi, folks. I'm Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Now, any good lineup needs power. When I needed a power connection for our new Walk-Off Charities baseball park, I found the perfect partner in Ricketts Electric. You're going to love these guys, I'm telling you. The Ricketts family has been providing commercial and residential electric service for years. So call my buddy Zach Ricketts today at 904-320-5960, and you can find them on Facebook as well. You will trust them. That's Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them today at 320-5960.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
With the sun setting earlier, Hidden Hills Golf Club has expanded their twilight specials so you can take advantage of our special afternoon rates and get your round in before dark. Book today at hiddenhillsgc.com and enjoy this beautiful fall weather.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what Wonderworld wants you to do. Wonderworld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to Wonderworld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that Wonderworld can.
And with Wonderworld, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new Wonderworld windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, Wonderworld and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with Wonderworld, and to top it off, Wonderworld windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with Wonderworld. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call Wonderworld today and get your free in-home estimate, or see them online at WonderworldNEFlorida.com.
Wonderworld, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
With the release of Doug Pederson as the Jaguar head coach, owner Shad Khan expressed a change was needed.
I spoke to Doug even last week for a good length of time. I just came to the conclusion what we were doing was not working.
General Manager Trent Baalke wants to move quickly to find a head coach, but stressed he'll take time to find the right person.
How long that process takes, I think Shad mentioned, it's going to take as long as it takes to
identify the right individual.
Jag wide receiver Christian Kirk remarked on Doug Pederson being let go.
Obviously, it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, we all had a hand in this season and just how the way things have shaken out.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back here on The Drill. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. I heard Trent Baalke say they could move quickly. They just need, what did he say? Some of the effect of just line up, or you want me to send you a list? I'll send you the list. Here's your list. Ben Johnson. Tell me why you can't get him. If there's a reason you can't get him, you shouldn't be sitting in that office. That's the guy everyone wants. That's the guy who you would hope could do wonders with Trevor Lawrence. That's the guy who has that Detroit offense humming. I mean, humming, baby.
That's the equivalent of us having the first overall pick and Trevor Lawrence is available.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. And Shad Khan took a pass on that.
he wants Zach Wilson.
Yeah, took a pass on that one. We're going to go to now a third head coach who's been under the auspices of one Trent Baalke. Just, man. Somebody, on the text side, you're wondering. By the way, yeah, we've uncovered the hidden video of where the deal was consummated by Shad Khan and Trent Baalke as they do reach agreement, as Balky convinces the Jaguars owner to keep him around for yet another year. And the secret video we've uncovered, that was on a hickory stump up there in South Georgia. Yeah, they met on a hickory stump. If you know, you know. So, yeah, look, why is it going to be any different? I mean, it's just maybe this is what Trent Baalke told Shad Khan. This is a little long. I may dump out of this at some point. I'm not going to lie. But I'm trying to fancy what it is exactly Trent Baalke tells Shad to eliminate himself from the car wash. It is an atrocious record. Dan has detailed it. This guy's had 38 draft picks. Brian, still not a Pro Bowler. 38 draft picks. Not one single Pro Bowl now. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be one. Trevor Gott is an alternate and could be one. I don't know what Ben Johnson say. And maybe it's overblown. This guy won't take the job. That guy won't take the job. People don't like Trent Baalke. That's the word in NFL circles. I tend to think it is true. And these guys down there are going to somehow fashion not looking and approaching Ben Johnson was the right play. I look forward to hearing that. Look forward to hearing how the Bucs offensive coordinator was the better hire than getting the Lions offensive coordinator. That'll be fun. Be fun with that one. Because the word in NFL circles is that the Jags will suffer in their coaching search because there will be those that don't want to work with Trent Baalke. Straight up. Straight up, people say that. Period. This isn't opinion. This isn't, slander. This is a reality of deciding to keep this GM who is, I don't know, I guess overwhelmed you with his draft and free agent success. Nod, nod, wink, wink. So, here's a question I would have for Shad Khan. Let's see how Trent Baalke would answer it. This time he's got to do it in front of the whole world, or at least that segment that's watching a Jaguars press conference. Just curious, Trent, how and why is it going to be any different this go-round?
Know that marriage is the right. I think Doug and I were aligned, very aligned. Had very open and honest conversations with Doug for 3 straight years. So I don't know that the marriage factor. This is a situation where you go out and you pick the best person you can pick, and you go to work. You roll up your sleeves and go to work. Nobody has a crystal ball. Mistakes are made and all the time in this business, and you gotta self-correct. And Doug and I enjoyed some really good times here. And as Shad mentioned, that first year and a half, things were rolling, and there were a lot of good things that Doug brought to this. And I don't want to short sight that. There are a lot of good things that Doug brought to this organization, and I certainly wish him well and his family well as he moves forward. But now it's about going on to the next journey and trying to get this one right for the long haul. And
Yeah,
let's not
okay, I
take
see.
it
Yeah,
any-
yeah. Now you've lost me. I'll tell you what else has happened here, and it's the been a lot of people. These is just from, say, my friends, even people I talk to, and certainly the feedback that we get here via the text line or otherwise. What you see on social media. Been a lot of people that have backed Shad Khan and his decisions and his vision, both on and off the field. And this was a moment where that trust has been eroded. The trust in Shad Khan, despite all the belief or reasons, and someone texted it. Shad, to the fans and to the city, in order for the Jags to be successful, need to play games in London. Check. Need to update the stadium. Check. Need giant scoreboards. Check. Need indoor practice field. Check. Need a new Four Seasons. Check. We need a practice facility. Check. We need a new stadium. Check. Fans to Shad. We need a winning team. X. Those are facts. All those green check marks that we've fallen in line with, accepting our team playing in London, accepting the need to upgrade the stadium, living with scoreboards and swimming pools, knowing to be competitive, we need that indoor practice field next door. But ultimately, we need a whole new practice facility. There, the support, the support, the corporate support, the fan support. We need a new stadium. Check, 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 check. Fans, we need a winning team. X marks the spot.
Everything that you gave him a check next to, he knows somewhat about. It's kind of like a business move. But then you say we need a winning team? What do you know about that?
Should have gone. This was an easy one. This was a wide open layup. He just clanked it off the bottom of the rim. Eat 1 year. He talked one time, I don't want to replace 85 guys. Oh, well. Oh, well. Get rid of the GM and get a new, fresh approach of success here. Because as we documented last, the Jags are jagging it, just like they said we would. Just like they all said, man, if you're a generational quarterback, you don't want to go to Jacksonville. They'll mess it up down there. And, buddy, man, they have done every single thing that you do to a quarterback to stifle him. Now, whether or not Trevor Lawrence's abilities will manifest here, there, or somewhere else with different, I don't know. Like I said, even the most ardent of the Trevor support needs to see more. That's fair. But if you can, I will still now, even through this next one, be bent and determined, not out of some fanship. I could give a rip about Trevor Lawrence. I don't know, his family, his baby, anyone else. I want a winning football team. I've seen average quarterbacking. I've seen ceilings of quarterbacking. This is the highest ceiling quarterback we've ever had. And while we want more now, can we get him right? Keeping Trent Baalke, limiting the field of coaching candidates is not the way to undo all this other damage you've already done as we go on to coordinator 4, coach 4, year 5 for the number 1 pick in the draft. That ain't rocket science. Fire up the band. We got a football fix. Let's go around the National Football League, shall we? This was kind of an odd one, I thought. The Bears asking permission to talk with Mike McCarthy. This is how that phone call went. Bears call up Jerry Jones. Hey, Jerry. Hey, how you doing? Good to talk to you today. What can I do for you? Yeah, we like permission to talk to Mike. Yep. You can talk to him. Yep. I'll send him up. I'll send him up there on the plane. You can talk to Mike. You feel like the Cowboys would get what they wanted if somehow. By the way, I'm kind of assuming that if you went and got Mike McCarthy, you'd be sending a draft pick to Dallas. I mean, you want to do the most Bears thing ever? Let's send a draft pick for Mike McCarthy. McCarthy has one in the NFC North, obviously, with their Green Bay. That Bears job, by the way, the reason Jacksonville is just as good as the Bears, if we're all being honest here, it's because of the weather and the state income tax. That Bears team is put together up there, too, you would think. Like the Jags, they lost a bunch of close ones, too. Anyway, Mike McCarthy. The Chargers are going to add Ezekiel Elliott, apparently, at least to their practice squad there. Look, J.K. Dobbins was hurt earlier this year. He's kind of rushed back. Gus Edwards is out now again. The rookie hasn't panned out. And, Hassan Haskins haven't seen him in forever. Where'd he come from? Running the football in meaningful situations for the Chargers. Well, the 49ers went way backwards, so naturally it's the special teams coach's fault. He got fired yesterday. I'd give you his name, but you don't know him. Man, you want to talk about a hot guy out there, and that's that Kevin O'Connell for the Vikings. He has been outstanding. That's another one from the McVay tree. I'd like to get one of those dudes, the Shanahan-McVay tree. You know, the guys that are going on to head coaching jobs from there. O'Connell is just special what he's done with Sam Darnold and the Vikings. But if the suitors come calling, he was pretty emphatic. This is where I want to be. Vikings-Rams, an interesting one. Upset alert there. I wonder about Sam Darnold. I worry about him playing that terrible game against the Lions, 19-41. I worry about, quote, seeing ghosts. This highest pressure points of football season coming to playoffs. Vikings might need to be on upset alert there. Just thinking about round 2. What a monumental divisional game potentially we're going to have in the AFC, huh? You know what happens if it plays to form? Bills-Ravens, divisional round in Buffalo. Ooh. Lamar, Josh Allen in Buffalo.
That'll determine that MVP for real.
Ooh, they'll vote before then, but my goodness, what a matchup that is. The winner to go on to Kansas City. All the Chiefs got, man, it is a big deal being number 1, especially this year. Here's the Chiefs' path to the AFC Championship game. Chiefs got to beat the winner of the Texans-Chargers game. I mean, how that goes. And then they get to host the championship game. Meanwhile, Buffalo's got to face red-hot Denver and then beat Lamar, most likely. And that's because Lamar and the Ravens got to beat the Steelers. That divisional game brings extra risk, even if the Steelers are playing terrible. Not many playoff teams in the history of the league have lost 4 straight going into the postseason, but the 10-3 start allowed the Steelers to do that. Packers down a receiving weapon. Feels like the Eagles are kind of under the radar. Eagles might not be a bad team to find out what the odds are to go to the Super Bowl and pick an upset maybe over Detroit in the NFC Championship game. I don't know, but the Packers are banged up. Jordan Love was injured last week, but Christian Watson lost and had a torn ACL. Rex Ryan, tough talk, says if he were the Jets head coach, he'd end Aaron Rodgers' quote country club. You tell him, Rex, because you're so much more accomplished than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers on hallucinogens is a bigger impact to the NFL coach. Move along. And our old buddy Gus Bradley. Nice guys finished last. The Colts defense went backwards. Shoot, that motley crew we have put 23 on him on Sunday. And Gus Bradley fired by the Colts after regression in 2024. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by Allstate Agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin and the home course, the Jewington Creek Golf Club. Tee it high. Let it fly. I'll see you at the best value in golf. The home course, Jewington Creek Golf Club.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. If it's just a game.
It was all that Dan Marino's fault. Everyone knows that.
Why can't we get over it?
If he had held the ball laces out like you're supposed to, Ray would never have missed that kick.
1010XL.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. And I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Don't ignore plumbing leaks. They can lead to mold and mildew or structural damage and drain your wallet. So when you have a leak and can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hacker here, and for the first time in nearly 20 years, I finally get to have a different resolution. Like most of you, mine was always to lose weight. I'd try something for a few weeks, maybe lose a pound or two, and then give up. Well, I tried. Starting the new year with Awaken 180 isn't a try. It's a sure thing. And why will you stick with it? Because instead of a pound or two, you'll see results right out of the gate. We all need motivation. After my first 3 weeks with Awaken 180, I was already down 30 pounds. Granted, I had a lot of weight to lose, but look at Dempsey, look at Matt Hayes. Those guys had results out of the gate too. Dempsey dropped 9 pounds his first week, Matt dropped 12 pounds. Regardless of the weight you need to drop, seeing those fast results will motivate you to reach your goal. Guys, girls, losing weight regardless of how many times you've tried is possible with Awaken 180. Make the sure bet and make 2025 the last time losing weight is your New Year's resolution. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hair4me.com.
Yo, what's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy E.T. here for MyBookie, and I hope everyone had a profitable NFL regular season betting year with MyBookie. The college playoff marches on with football Final Four. Notre Dame is favored by 1.5 over Penn State Thursday night. The over-under for this game at MyBookie is 47 points. This matchup suggests a relatively close contest, and we know anything can happen. We're taking a look at betting the over here on the points total. And Friday night, you got O-State favored by 6 points over Texas. The over-under here is at 53.5 points, indicating expectations for a somewhat high-scoring game. And O-State's lead in the spread might reflect confidence in the performance, and also is likely to be where the public is putting their bread at. But that 6 points is enough for Texas to cover, so we're looking at going against the public and taking Texas with the points. Guys, if you haven't yet, sign up now at MyBookie, because they're still giving that 50% deposit bonus. That's half your money back on your very first deposit up to $1,000. That promo code, of course, is 1010XL.
Hey, David again with Royal Pest Services. TAP Insulation stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Keep your home cool, noise out, and pests dead. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free inspection.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Lone Pronto. Following their loss to the Kentucky Wildcats on Saturday, the Florida Gator men's basketball team dropped 2 spots in the AP Top 25 poll to remain in the top 10 at number 8. They'll have a chance to rebound from the loss quickly as they take on the number 1 Tennessee Volunteers tonight. Hear the game live at 7 on 1010XL AM. Our home state teams in the NFL will only have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs. For head coach Todd Bowles, it all starts with the leadership of his quarterback, Baker Mayfield.
He do whatever it takes to win. He was like that in college. He was like that in high school. He's like that now.
Texas is the only remaining SEC team in the college football playoffs. Head coach Steve Sarkisian remarked on whether earning a bye is beneficial or not.
Our guys were chomping at the bit to get back out there and play and compete, but I also know we're going into our 16th game.
That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:01, it's 33 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
So you can doubt and you can hate, but I know no matter what it takes, I'm coming home, I'm coming home.
You know it.
Makes me sad.
You know it. I don't have it back yet.
No.
It's still down in the dumps.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Yes, sir. Gotta ha.
Yee-hoo.
Nobody's coming home.
What do you mean? You're not pulsing with the excitement of a coaching search and the
No.
ability to get the right guy in to age our quarterback like fine wine here for the middle of his career and give us some punch? No, you're not feeling it?
Not feeling it. You know,
I mean, Ben Johnson's an easy call. I mean, everyone says Ben Johnson. They're probably speaking to him today. We'll have Ben Johnson tomorrow.
I don't think he's set up with the Jags this week, but he is set up with the Bears.
Oh, what do you mean?
And the Patriots.
I was under the impression that Ben Johnson really wanted the Jaguars job.
Well, he does.
Yeah.
He ain't coming here.
The owner do you think the owner knows this and doesn't care or doesn't know?
He doesn't believe it. I think that what has happened is that there are those who believe, and this may be true. You may say one thing, but when push comes to shove, and there are only 5 jobs out there, right? Do you want to be a head coach now? Now, Ben Johnson's making a couple mil a year in Detroit to be the OC, so he should be in no rush. He can handpick his next one. But he's probably a little anxious because he turned down Washington last year, right? He was set to become the Commanders' coach, if I remember correctly. And so I suspect...
Well, you know what? Let me stop you for 1 second.
Okay.
Because Ben Johnson is the guy. Everyone wants Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, which is great, and I do too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're good, you can find it. And my point is, would Ben Johnson have been better than 11-6 for Washington this year?
Oh, I don't know.
Would Ben Johnson have gotten any more out of Jaden Daniels? You know, they did with Cliff Kingsbury and Dan Quinn. Just get right guys. But we can't.
You know, it's and the other thing that we're quick to do is like, you got to think long term. Like, you got to think, you know, you hit a home run when you get a coach who can stay in the NFL who's going to be, how many stay for 10 years?
Right, 6-7 years, you're really doing good.
I'm thinking long term. Like, so maybe, Washington had a great year. Will they maintain, though? I don't know. And what if Kingsbury goes and gets a job somewhere? What happens then?
Well
I don't know. So, and maybe it is a home run. It might be. And the early reviews are great, but we got a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I agree with you about Ben Johnson, but he's not. There's no interview set up with the Jags.
That was an easy one. This was an easy decision.
If he doesn't interview with the Jags yet, then he ain't coming because he's interviewing with the Bears and the Patriots. Now, the Patriots are going to hire Vrabel.
Yeah, they're taking Vrabel.
But
the Bears are good.
I think Ben Johnson is so uber talented.
That they'll double back?
I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying if I'm Bobby Kraft and I got Drake May, who everybody loves, and I've seen what he did with Jared Goff. And again, when you hire the offensive mind as the head coach, it's his offense. It doesn't change. When you bring in the defensive guy and the OC does great, he leaves and you got to change it.
you say something, it makes me wonder why this has never happened. And why not make it happen for the first time in New England? Why not an NFL team have a defensive head coach and an offensive head coach? And that's enough. Those two guys can get together at the end of the day and talk about anything that crosses over, and they handle exclusively.
Wouldn't work with the egos in the NFL.
Okay.
Nope. No way.
It doesn't work anyway.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, I'm not saying that'll happen, but I'm wondering if Bobby Kraft could say, okay, look, I love Mike. I love Mike. But this kid's young. He's unbelievably talented. And he and Drake May can be my Belly and Brady, but they'll be in a good place, and they'll be fun to work with.
Yeah, we're just, again.
Maybe.
I can tell you how this one finishes. We jag it up, man. At the end of the day, I've tried to put it in some other terms, but Trevor Lawrence is a perfect example. The Jags did it. Yeah. What are the 5 steps to holding back, if not ruining, a top-picked quarterback? And they've done them all. A variety of coaches and coordinators. Terrible offensive line play. Rookie year, they timed to the worst center in the league for 2 years and continue to gaslight and tell us everything's fine.
Well, I will say
this.
It's
awful.
In the end, you're right about one thing. It doesn't matter who the coach is if the quarterback isn't great. And our quarterback hasn't been great, and he has to be great. And so...
And they are doing everything that terrible franchises do to ruin any potential chance of their greatness. I guess that's part of the problem. He's had 4 coaches and 4 coordinators now.
Before we look ahead to that, we got to sit here and figure out. Okay, so imagine sitting in a room and they're asking questions, and you're doing a Zoom call, and your boss sits there and he says, "Well, yeah, if the new coach can convince me that we got a better GM, then yeah, we'd make a change." I'm right here.
I know. Awkward. Well,
that whole press conference did not flow well.
No, it
wasn't good.
It was panned.
And it probably shouldn't have been on Zoom because it made it tough for the reporters and tough for and I guess it was probably the only way. I don't know where Shad Khan, I don't know where anybody was. So,
yeah.
Moldives.
What was
For
that?
real?
Yeah, I don't know where he was at, man. But
I wouldn't surprise me. He could be anywhere.
He might have been on the boat. I don't know. But and he might have been in the office. I don't know. But I'm just saying it just, and I'm glad they did it. I just didn't scream. Don't worry, Jag fan. It's all going to be okay.
Is there any comfort in maybe some things that we don't know? Listen, Trent, I'm going to go out there, pat you on the back, tell you you're a great job. Your contract ends after this year. You're going to retire, my friend, and move on. And that way, whatever coach comes in knows that. If there is a coach who's reticent to
He
work.
was asked about retirement. There's nothing to retirement.
Well, what if they've told him we 1 year and then you're done? I'm getting rid of you next year.
I don't.
He would do so much to destroy the franchise.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
It's a terrible decision, and it was so easy to make, and it just shows that we're screwed. You can't. I mean, if your owner's going to make decisions like this, Dan, you can't get out of your own way.
I was excited last night, Jeff. The Dream Fighters Homes poll question made it on local news.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was the one with Holy Hell in it. So
oh, no.
I was
Did
really
they
pumped.
chastise you for the language?
No, they used it.
Okay.
They didn't ask me for it. They just used it, but it was exciting, and it was a great plug to our friends at Dream Fighters Home. So I've come back with another even better one today after talking with the staff. Now that it's Dream Fighters Home's poll question. Now that CDP has been let go, who would you like to see be the next coach of the Jags? And it's not necessarily a person here, okay? So pay attention and play along. Do you want a young offensive mind? Do you want someone with head coaching experience? Do you want a defensive guru? Or it doesn't matter because Balky's still here? Which would you pick, E? Young offensive mind, head coaching experience, defensive guru. It doesn't matter because Balky's still here.
Why would you even put that last one in?
It had to be because I can't ignore it.
But, yeah, I'm definitely going with the young offensive mind, man.
Okay.
This is new NFL, baby.
All right. Jeff?
There's only one correct answer.
What is it?
There's one correct answer. The toxin is still in the body.
Yeah. Doesn't
You're
matter.
like, you can't get well. You can't get well. The goal is to win a Super Bowl. The Jacksonville Jaguars will not ever win a Super Bowl with Trent Baalke leading the franchise. Period. End of story. I'll retire if they do.
But what if...
oh, dear.
Yeah, but what if we do end up getting Ben Johnson, though?
We're not getting Ben Johnson.
They're not getting Ben Johnson. He's not going to come work with Trent Baalke.
Dang, man.
Yeah, get that through your thick head in there.
Get that through your thick skull, E.
I don't know why you won't. Well, I just told you he's interviewing with 2 teams this week. Neither of them are the Jags.
But one of the teams he's interviewing with, he's not going there either.
Okay, right. So?
Like, we got to at least interview him unless he turns the interview down. That's what I'm going to
That's what he's going to do. He's not coming if Baalke's here.
Dang, man.
Now, look, again, hopefully the fact that there's only 5 jobs, there's not a lot. Nobody wants a Saints job.
Our girl Judy Batista put our job 4th of the 5.
Because of Baalke?
I don't know.
Everybody else says it's 1.
I haven't read it. She has it 4th.
Well, that's not the...
I guess that she's maybe saying you're going to get the 4th best option is how she's viewing that. I don't know. Like you said, Ben Johnson is the one that every single one of them would take, except for the Patriots and their Vrabel tie. That's different. And they might still wish they could. I mean, I don't know.
I tell you what.
He's the no-brainer, though.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
Shad did say something that I've said for a while here. Me and Shad's football knowledge is not great when it comes to the X's and O's, but boy, he ripped that
predictable.
offense.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Same things we've been saying all year.
Listen,
I've been pounding that
you staleness.
know who
he blamed
since October.
He let it all out.
Well, he also listen, you don't need to justify firing Peterson. That's not what this is about.
Yeah.
Doug Pederson deserved to be fired. He left. He checked out a while ago. They're not getting any better with Doug Pederson. There are too many stressors with him being here. He's been terrible. I've never lost faith in a guy. So, I don't need any time you telling us why he's fired. I'm fine with all that. Now, the question that you failed to answer that you are completely wrong on was keeping the guy sitting next to you in the Zoom meeting. It's a terrible mistake, and you can rationalize it and talk about why you did it. Doesn't change. It's a terrible, if you really are interested in to win a title.
Yeah.
And this tells me you're not, like I said.
He was very happy with the team's physicians.
But he also made a good point. He made a good point with Peterson on this. Listen, I sat down with Doug last year. He said we need to overhaul the defense.
Yeah.
That's fireable enough. They have the worst defense in the league. So when it comes to running a team, Doug Peterson's terrible. He's a bad head coach. He got lucky and won a Super Bowl.
And that may be true. All right, listen, let's get Baselli in here. So that's Dreamfinders Homes poll question. Dreamfinders, the official home builder of the Jaguars Gators PGA Tour, and they're offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate to start the year. Chance to lock that down. Just go to dreamfindershomes.com and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. You may be surprised that you can afford one of those beautiful homes. They're in 15 different locations in Jacksonville to serve you. We got Big Bo up next. That's a fact. And we'll do that, and we'll ask him some questions as well when we return right here on The Drill.
This is your Duval Minute, brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
Ultimately, though, it'll come down to Trevor Lawrence, and I saw this yesterday, and I thought this is interesting. From the start of the 22 season to week 12 of 23, Trevor completed 67% of his passes, 37 touchdowns, 15 picks. Since that point, the numbers dropped 20 touchdowns, 14 picks, and his off-target percentage jumped up 5%. So that is where you have to get Trevor Lawrence back to the way he was playing. You have to get the most you can out of this quarterback. And to do that, you need good players. That's why most of us are upset, because we don't think the guy in charge can find the good players. And that's your Duval Minute. Buddy, your friends at Lift Power are always on the lookout for good players. Experienced lift truck knock and door technicians, the Bennies, 401k, company vehicle paid, training, sign-on bonus. Woo! Offer too good to pass up. Just go see why Lift Power has been voted one of the best places to work for the past several years. Our rapidly growing business, proudly serving the Jacksonville area for more than 50 years. Family-owned and operated, stable. Oh, we want you to be part of the family. We'll take you to the place. You got to do the rest. Go to liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
Looking for the win. Scobie sweeps the leg. 59 yards away. He's got it. Jacksonville wins.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
This is Hayes Carlion for Physician Guided Weight Loss. I need help losing weight. I'm older and I don't have the discipline needed. Luckily, I discovered Physician Guided Weight Loss. Their amazing technology, fast setup, friendly staff, and proven results sold me. They can help you too, and it's affordable with firm pricing, so no rising costs as you go. If you're like me and looking to kick off the new year with a leaner body, call Physician Guided Weight Loss at 257-4344. That's 257-4344.
Hey, fellas, what's going on? It's your boy E.T. the T here, and it's a brand new year, which means a brand new you, especially in the bedroom. So if you're ready to make 2025 the year to level up where it counts, Let me make it a little easier for you. Get yourself some Blue Chew. They've got chewable tablets with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, and Staxin. That means you're getting top-tier performance without leaving the house. Blue Chew comes right to the front door in a discreet package so your nosy neighbors won't know what's going on. No doctor's office, no pharmacy runs. Just licensed medical pros helping you find the right prescription. And guess what? They're made right here in the good old US of A. Oh, and did I mention it's free? Yeah, you heard me. Your first month is free. So what you waiting for? Visit BlueChew.com and get that consultation. Start the year off right with that confidence to keep things interesting. That's BlueChew.com, baby. And let's make this year unforgettable.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Lockhart Construction. That's a long-time Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart, his guys from here, taking care of people who live here, people like the Hickens. We've used Lockhart Construction numerous times. You've heard me be talking about them for years. Why? Because they're so good at what they do. All right? And I'm telling you, I can give you a list of names of people that I know that they've helped, and personally, family, friends, did my son's siding, did a great job there, done numerous projects for me. Their family will give your family a better living experience. And I'm talking about construction needs, remodel ideas, no job too big, no job too small. If you have one, just call Shane. He calls you back. That's how he does business, kind of old school. You know, he's at 994-3865. It's Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction. Their family gives your family a better living experience. 994-3865.
Mia here. Why Arlington Toyota? How about a huge selection of new vehicles in stock, on the ground, in one location? And every new Toyota purchase comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty, unlimited time, and miles. 60-day exchange program. Yes, you heard that right. 60 days to love your new purchase or exchange it for one that you do. Plus, Arlington's credit helper to help you get financed. There's even complimentary car washes with every service, and so much more. Shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey. Here in North Florida, you know that when temperatures go up and your AC goes out, you need help now. Like right now. Like lickety-split. So why not call Lickety Split and get same-day emergency service for your AC? Now, I bet you've seen their trucks all over town because they've got dozens of certified technicians ready to repair not only your AC, but your home's plumbing and electrical too. So when you want it done right and you need it done right now, call Lickety Split AC, Plumbing, and Electric.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. Before termites attack your home or business and cause costly damage, Terminix it. Terminix stops termites in my home fast. These destructive pests may have been around for millions of years, but before they show up, so does Terminix. And their time is up. Don't live with a termite problem. I certainly wasn't going to. Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. Terminix.com.
I open the door and take you inside the locker room to get you closer to the field, the players and coaches you care about.
Get a look at Hayes' blog on 1010XL.com.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to slow it down and get it going slower. Izervay is proven to to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacin-capted Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Start the new year with a fresh look for your home. It's the Renewal by Andersen New Year's sales event. For a limited time, save 20% off on our energy-efficient windows and patio doors designed to keep your home comfortable year-round and your energy bills down. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation. But hurry, the special New Year's offer won't last. License number CGC 1527613.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. It's Hall of Fame Monday with Tony Baselli. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida. Hall of Fame Quality Roofing Solutions.
Hi, you know him, you love him. PFHOF number 355, number 71 in your program, number 1 in your hearts. He's a Fairview High School graduate from out there in Denver, Colorado. Tony, when you were at Fairview High School, did you take debate?
It's Boulder, not Denver.
Boulder High School, Boulder, Colorado, right close to Boulder.
High School, It's Fairview High School in Boulder. Get it right.
You know what?
Get it right, big boy.
You know
Get
what?
it right.
Hey, you know what time it was at Fairview? Nighttime.
It was at Fairview Nights. Very good, Dan. Very good. Can you tell us? Can you give me the colors of the Fairview Nights?
I think they had a little red in them. A lot of red.
Red and white. Red and white.
Red and white, baby.
Good guess.
So my question is, back then when you were a youngster in the 10th or 11th grade, did you, Tony Baselli, ever take debate class?
Did I take debate class?
Yeah. Did you ever take debate at Fairview?
I did not.
In Boulder?
I did not ever take debate class.
Okay, because you're good at it. You're good at it, and I feel like there's going to be some debating going on right here during the Baselli segment.
Before we get into it,
yes,
Happy New Year to everyone.
You too, friend. You too.
First show of the year, to 2025. I'm looking. 2024 was great in a lot of areas. Not so good in my football area for any of my teams, and I'm glad 24 is over, and I'm looking forward to 25.
Yeah, I don't want to say it can't get worse because I guess it can, but hopefully it won't. Hopefully we'll rebound here and have some good teams, and USC and Florida will rise and make the college football playoff, and the Jaguars will win 10 games next year with a third-place schedule and roll into the playoffs with a new football coach.
Tony, the word on the street, the word on the street is that your appearance on your more favorite show, the Happy Hour show there with Pete Prisco, is that what they call it? The Happy Hour with Pete Prisco, that you were almost damn near supportive of Trent Baalke keeping the GM job. And that's not me. I didn't hear your preferred, method of communication.
A lot of wobbly knees in Jacksonville yesterday when they heard this.
That's correct. So and again, I say this, like genuinely, just your thoughts.
Well, I mean, first of all,
I'm just telling you what they're saying.
I have a little contention with the fact that you're saying that's my preferred media.
Well,
outlet.
good answer.
It's one of my media outlets. I love.
You're earning back trust.
It's over.
Yeah.
The happy hour's gone. I mean, this is one of my favorites too. I got,
right, well, good.
It's like having kids. I have 5 kids, Jeff.
It all starts with Dan Hicken and Jeff Frost.
Thank you.
I didn't hear Prisco's
exactly.
name.
Yeah, I think you made it in there.
I mean, come on, dude. Let's not forget that. Everyone relax.
Okay. All right. Good.
Feelings have been hurt, it sounds like.
Yeah, as far as, listen, Shotgun made the decision yesterday. It was announced yesterday. I think the decision was made Sunday or maybe even before the game. I do not know the exact timing. That he was going to let go of Doug Pederson and keep Trent Baalke.
Yeah.
And so we had a conversation yesterday, and Pete was, coming out firing.
Sure.
Like a lot of the fans, they were not happy. And I said that on the air. I said, I get it. People are not happy. This team underachieved.
Mm-hmm.
And, winning 4 games isn't good enough. I get why Shad is upset. He spent a lot of money. He's invested a lot. My broader point yesterday on the show is that Shad Khan, in my opinion, is the owner that you want. He invests. He gives the resources. He cares about the city. He gives football people what they need. He tries to stay out in his lane as far as, hands off as far as day-to-day of, like, players, procurement, coach, all that kind of stuff, oversees it, and then basically makes a judgment based on results. The results weren't good enough. He let the coach go. That was his decision. He kept the GM.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think a lot of times, and it's interesting, and I said this to Pete, is like we want blood of everybody. Everyone wants blood. And Trent Baalke, for whatever reason, I've never seen this actually. I think people wanted Trent out more than they wanted Doug out.
They did.
And the GM is behind the scenes, and I don't know where this narrative came from, because to really understand what is going on in that building and who's doing what and how it works, you'd have to be there day to day. And you'd have to take the bigger picture. And I think that's what Shaw did, because I think the other thing, if you listen to the press conference yesterday and you go back and how Shaw has set this up, both the GM and the head coach report to him. And they're equal. But the head coach is first among equals. It's a head coach-centric model. He believes, as I do, as a lot of people in the NFL, the head coach is the critical piece of setting culture, at the end of the day, driving. The GM's job is to manage the football operations, to procure players, to work with the coaching staff, and to get them what they need. And I'm not absolving Trent. Trent's responsible. Trent's was 4-13 as well, with Doug. No doubt about it. So if you listen to what I said yesterday, I was not absolving him at all. I was just trying to bring some balance at looking at the other side and saying, okay, Shad obviously has been evaluating this all year. I know that for a fact. When this thing started going sideways, Shad has been spending time looking at this, evaluating, getting information. More than I'm not there every day.
Right.
And his evaluation at the end of the day, agree with it or disagree with it. That's the beauty of being a fan. That he felt comfortable for the time being for Trent to keep his job and Doug and the staff not to, based on the entire evaluation. At the same time, if you listen to his press conference, which I was surprised about, frankly, I didn't, is at the end of it, because he kept on getting pressed by the media about, what if a head coach, because all the rumors are out there is Ben Johnson won't, or certain coaches won't come here because of.
No, you had it right. The one that matters.
Yeah.
But I think, but we heard the same thing 3 years ago. Remember? No one was going to come here 3 years ago.
Right.
Because of Trent. And it was like, I think the big rumor back then, Byron turned down the job because of Trent. Well, it just came out a couple weeks ago. I never turned down the job. I never got offered the job.
Right.
And so you got to be careful what you hear is my point. Because everyone's saying, people aren't going to come here. And my point yesterday is like, hey, Pete, you keep on saying this. There's only 32 of these jobs, and only 5 are going to be open. So you're telling me these guys who've dreamed of being a head coach that pays like $6 to $10 million a year, guaranteed over 5 years each year, are going to say no because of Trent Baalke? And my point was, I just don't think that's true. Now, maybe
you don't think when push comes to shove that they may have put it out there, but you think when push comes to shove, they're going to do it. But Tony, I will point out that Ben Johnson has a couple interviews set up, and neither of them are with the Jaguars this week. And this is a week that you can get them.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Ben Johnson, he might have leverage because everyone wants him.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. And I said this yesterday. Maybe Ben Johnson does have the leverage. And my other point is but are we sure is Ben Johnson going to be a great head coach?
We don't know, but
we have no idea. That was my point. And I think Ben Johnson is the top candidate.
Yeah.
If I was in charge, I would interview him. I'd dive into it. But I don't know. Is what he does as an offensive coordinator, because the two jobs are wildly different.
Correct.
They're not even close to the same.
Correct.
And what can he take this step and take what he's done is, in my opinion, right now the best offensive coordinator in football. Can he translate that to be the head coach and change and set the culture of the entire building. Because that's what Dan Campbell did. Dan Campbell has never called a play in his life, I don't think. I don't think he could call a play. The dude is a leader of men. And the Detroit Lions, when they decided to fire Matt Patricia and make a change, and I can't think of Mrs. Ford's first name, but became the chairman of the organization, basically said, let's take a step back, and what do we want to be as an organization?
Right.
What's the culture we want? And then they went through a process, and they interviewed everybody. And they got Dan Campbell as the head coach. And like, I love everyone's revisionist history. Like, hey, he's the greatest. We want Dan Campbell, blah, 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 blah. For weeks, everyone made fun of them for hiring Dan Campbell. He's a buffoon. He's a meathead. Blah. I mean, all this stuff. It wasn't like there was a long line of teams wanting to hire Dan Campbell. But the Detroit Lions did, because they had made a decision. Here's our culture. This is what we want to be. And we know the head coach has to be the driving force of what the culture and enforcing this culture in the building. Because it's head coach centric. And that's what Shad said. This is going to be head coach centric. This is how I believe it. This is how it's always been set up. And then this is what Dan's done. And so my question is, I'm a big believer in Ben Johnson. Can I sit here and tell you I know he can do that as a head coach? No, he's never done it. I sit down and interview him and talk through it. So I think we're just getting ahead of ourselves. My point yesterday is, like, take a deep breath. Like, I get that the media is reporting today. The media reports a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And some true, some not. Let's wait see this thing plays out. And I think Shad said it best at the end. He's like, listen, if someone comes to me and, like, that's the guy I want, and he is, like, saying I want a different structure, I'll listen.
Yeah, it behooves the general manager to not bring you that guy. That's a whole nother story.
But that's not – I know that's –
Okay.
Jeff, I know for a fact that's not true.
Okay.
Like, I have disagreed with Trent Baalke, and I said this on the air. I've disagreed with moves. I have been completely transparent and honest of saying this is what I think he does. He's done well. This is what I don't like. I disagree with, like, so on and so forth. But I can guarantee you, Trent Baalke is not the type of person who's going to basically say, we're not bringing this guy in because I'm going to protect myself. I know for a fact.
All right, let me take it one.
So take that off the table. And anyone who says that is
Fair
not
enough.
being honest and is being disingenuous.
Fair enough.
And my other point yesterday, because everyone, trust me, I got attacked after last night. Wow, it was awesome.
Dude, we took it easy on you.
I got called the turncoat.
You know what Tony's doing right now? It's called the filibuster. Continue.
No, I'm not. We can do 2 segments if you want to.
That's
I'm
our
fine
guy.
with it. We can do 2 segments.
These comedies.
Damn right.
My point
You're
is,
damn right we're going to do 2 segments.
That's a stagger.
Right, and then and the other thing is, like, you have to also, like, can we take an honest look at the organization?
Yes.
Because that's my whole thing. Because it's not all bad. Like, there's a reason this is the hottest job, and everyone wants it. And that's true, too. Trust me, I talk to a lot of people. This is the job people want. Why? You got Trevor Lawrence, quarterback. You have 2 top starting caliber who a lot of people, me included, I've said this on the air well before Doug got fired and they kept Trent. I think you have 2 starting caliber, possibly top 10 tackles in Walker Little and Anton Harrison.
With different coaching, obviously, because they haven't played it.
Now, you throw some stuff out there, Tone, and you've been right, so I'm going to let that slide, but I vehemently disagree. But that's okay. You know much more than me. So, and you were right about a couple of your football acumen is outstanding when it comes to that. So continue.
Like, and Jeff, you make a great point. I think coaching matters 100%. We have not developed offensive line here. And we need to. And I got a long. I mean, we can go days on that one. But you have 2 tackles. Sorry, you have a tight end, Brenton Strange. I've said this on the air. Jeff, and I'll give Logman credit. He picked up on it last.
Could have just said Jeff. Could have left it at Jeff.
Okay, Brenton Strange, point tight end, best block. I think one of the best blockers on the team. One of the most physical. Has proven he's a pass catcher. Starting caliber. I'm not saying he's going to be top 5, but he is a good player.
Okay.
You have a number 1 receiver. We haven't had one of those for a long time.
That's fair.
Brian Thomas Jr.
We all agree on that.
Number 1 receiver. Good player. Like, really good.
Dan and I yesterday said that, just to kind of to give you an idea of maybe a gulf that exists here, but Dan and I yesterday defined Brian Thomas Jr. as the only outstanding player we had this year.
Yes.
That seems a little different.
The only star.
I disagree 1,000%.
I know. I got you.
Do we have stars on this team?
Forget stars.
Do we have dogs on this team?
Yeah, well, we don't have enough dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't, but we got some.
Who?
Trayvon Walker, dog.
Okay.
Good player.
Good player.
Like
He should be. He's the number one pick in the draft. If you can't get a good player there, then you're in the wrong business.
Hold on, Jeff. You guys dismiss it. Good player. Yeah, he only has how many guys in the history of this team?
Tony,
two.
Two. Yeah, I get all that. We're king of the dipsticks. I don't know if you're aware of what our team is. The worst in the league since we came in.
Finish, Jeff.
I mean, make a Pro Bowl.
How many offensive line coaches do you guys talk around the league about?
O-line coaches?
As many as I do. I know that. You go ask them what they think about Trayvon Walker.
Yeah. I couldn't name offensive line.
Yeah, me either.
I know you can't. That's the problem. We have two ends who are good players. I'm not saying they're great. I'm not saying they're great, but they're good players. Every coordinator in America would want those two guys.
And that's perfect. So we agree. Good. It's not outstanding.
You're telling me that. And by the way,
but I'll say this, Jeff. I think they could be great.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Coaching matters.
I get it, 100%. And I'll say this. I won't look for Trayvon Walker when the NFL players name their top 100. It's the number one pick in the draft. He's a good player. It's part of the problem. He's a good player, and we'll leave it at that. But you got to go do something more than 10 sacks in 17 games as the number one pick in the draft. Meanwhile, the guy should have been taken is.
Yeah, but we can't.
I got you. In general.
Let's do this.
Either way, I don't want to get down that.
Hold on. This is a good place to take a pause. Tony said he'd do another segment, so let's cash in on it, and we'll take a break, and we'll come back if that's cool, Big Bo.
All right, I'm not listening to your dang commercials, so call me back when you're ready.
All right, easy
love
now.
You.
Sponsors.
I think your sponsor is the first one.
I mean, you're the king. You're the king of the endorsement. Who are we kidding here?
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm all for endorsement.
You're just busy. You're busy.
I don't want to listen to them.
Okay. All right. We're back with more next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Instead of wasting money on resolutions you won't keep, why not invest in something that lasts? Like fixing that dripping faucet, clearing that clogged drain, or finally tuning up your AC. Call Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. We'll help you keep your home in shape this year. It's the one resolution you won't regret breaking. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule service today. Because when you're stuck, call the Duck. Right now, get $50 off any service of $150 or more.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here. Listen, I'm all about a sure thing. I like putting my money down knowing I'm going to win, and that's exactly what Awaken 180 was for me, a sure bet. I dropped 25 pounds in just over a month, and let me tell you, the results speak for themselves. Now imagine this. You start Awaken 180 now, and when February rolls around, you've already lost 20 pounds. Or maybe you're like Matt Hayes, down 40 pounds by March. And don't even get me started on Hacker. Dude's lost over 100 pounds. Life-changing results, and I got to see it firsthand. Awaken 180 isn't some gimmick. You eat, you're never starving, and the weight just comes off fast. No guesswork, no crash diets, just a plan that works. And the best part, it's built to last thanks to free support for life. Don't wait for another failed resolution. Start your new year with the program that is the sure bet. Visit awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. Make sure this year is the year you win big with Awaken 180.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day or any time. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. I've been going to Doc T for, a long time. But he decided to take a leap into a new and exciting, more personal world of concierge medicine. You better believe I went with him. Why? Because, man, they offer so much. You need an appointment, you get in right away with Doc T. Sometimes when you have doctors, you're not feeling well, you can't get in for a couple weeks. Medical emergency, here's Doc T's personal phone number. He gets right back to you 24/7. It's like being a member of kind of like an exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. And as far as doctors, Townsend's the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. So whether it's yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, you name it, Doc T's got you covered. So you got questions? Well, you need to act. Go to mypvconcierge.com. That's mypvconcierge.com for all your information.
Start your new year off healthy and get screened at Ackerman Cancer Center with on-site imaging, including whole-body MRI, PET and CT scans, and mammography. Early detection is key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, Trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Bud Light and everyone at Anheuser-Busch want to remind you to get home safely every time. People are counting on you on the road and at home. Plan ahead with safe rides and don't forget to hydrate between beers. Bud Light encourages everyone to enjoy responsibly and socialize safely.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Making a difference in our community for 2025? Paul Martinez here, President and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. The Boys and Girls Clubs offers a safe environment to youth every day with homework assistance, a hot meal, career readiness, and character and leadership programs. 57% of club alumni say the Boys and Girls Club saved their lives. Help us grow our outreach as we serve the kids in our community throughout our 59 clubs. Go to bgcnf.org to donate and learn more.
When looking for a firearm, you want knowledge of product, a fair price, and of course, a quick process. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach is always stocked with brand new firearms and the quickest in and out times this side of the ditch. BeachesJewelryandPawn.com.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Brian Thomas Jr. was special on Sunday for Jacksonville. The lucky number 7 recorded 103 yards on 7 receptions, averaging 14.7 yards per catch. Make sure to grab shades for this kid because his future is very bright in Duval. Brian Thomas Jr. is your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
New year, new beginnings, and a new roof. Start 2025 with peace of mind and take advantage of Universal Roof and Contracting's limited time offer. 15% off all roof repairs and replacements. From leaks to full replacements, call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection today. This special New Year deal ends January 31st. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Mia here. Since 1982, Closets by Design has specialized in creating dream spaces for every budget. My designer, Frances, made the process so easy. She came to my house and designed a walk-in closet that's not only beautiful, but also incredibly functional for me and old Beau Valentine. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation at 800-293-3744. Hey, and if you mention Mia or Helmets and Heels, you'll qualify for free base molding. Call today or visit closetsbydesign.com.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag owner Shad Khan remarked on why General Manager Trent Baalke was retained following the dismissal of Doug Pederson.
Because I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We have a lot of things that are working that can always be improved and will improve.
Baalke expressed that doing his best to get the right person would be a priority.
You know, this is a situation where you go out and you pick the best person you can pick. You go to work, you roll up your sleeves and go to work. Nobody has a crystal ball.
Quarterback Mac Jones expressed his appreciation for fired head coach Doug Pederson.
Look, I have a lot of good things to say about Doug. He's a great coach, a great mentor, great leader of men.
That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
1010X XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
All right, we got Big Bo back for a bonus
double
segment.
segment.
We appreciate that as we dive into stuff here.
Went for a little walk or something.
Yeah. Little point counterpoint with Tone, and like I said, a lot of filibustering going on in that first segment.
Let me say one. I'll say one last thing, and then then you guys can just pound me with questions.
Yeah, we want some quick hitters, man. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I'm not excusing
the misses.
Trent Baalke and blaming everything on the coaching.
Right,
I don't think anyone is at all. Listen.
Nobody has a problem with getting rid of the coach. By the way, he deserved to go.
By the way,
yeah.
And I said this last night. I don't like getting rid of these coaches. Like, and I said it last night. My job is not to hire and fire anyone. Shot Khan is not giving me the power to hire and fire anybody in this organization from the radio booth. So all I'm saying is you have to step back and take a big picture. And Shad is, I mean, in my opinion, the type of owner that you want. He invests. It's not like he's not trying to get it right.
Right. We got separate storylines.
And you know what? I respect Shad Khan a great deal. Okay, but and I always thought that until yesterday. I always thought that he was the kind of owner, but this one did not make sense to me in terms of keeping the general manager. It doesn't get things aligned. What happens if they bring in a coach and they have a bad year next year, and then the new GM comes in? Well, then the new GM wants his own. I mean, we're not aligned. I think it works best, Tone, and you talked about it going to coach-centric, but to me, it works best when coach and general manager, they have to be together. They have to be on the same page. It's too hard to do this when you're not on the same page.
And one way that happens is the GM is so good that the coach doesn't really have a huge relationship with him, right? They deal, but he trusts that he's getting the best. He's making the best of it. It felt like with Peterson and Balky, and you can speak to this, there was a tug of war over what was best, right? Like you felt like Balky and crew would draft guys to do one thing, and then Peterson and crew would be like, yeah, we need that, but those guys aren't good enough kind of thing. And so they never... the personnel was never so good to overpower, and you'd have the results no matter what the relationship was. But when it's going bad, it doesn't help that they're not in that lockstep. Is that somewhat accurate description, you think, as you would think?
I mean, I have not heard that in the building.
Okay,
but I'm not there every day. I mean, Jeff, what you're describing is the antithesis of what you want, and I'm not. Because you're right. I mean, you want alignment, and Dan, you make a fair point. You want the GM and the head coach aligned, but at the same time, I think you can achieve it still. And I get the angst after underperforming so bad, and everyone wanted blood and clean house, and I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I'm not saying the fans are wrong for feeling that way.
Sure.
But I still think you can get the alignment because I guess where I disagree, and I was disagreeing yesterday with Pete, and I disagree with you guys today. I don't think Trent Baalke is going to purposely block certain people coming in to protect his own job. I just don't think I actually know that's not going to happen.
Okay.
So that's a ridiculous thing. I think fans are worried about that. I take that out of your mind. That's one. Secondly, he's going to be involved in the process. Shad also said other people are going to be involved. I don't know what that means. But so there's going to be a process. And at the end of the day, there's going to be alignment because Shad Khan's going to say, you're the head coach, you're the GM. And he's going to give this head coach, in today's terms, probably 4 to 5 year deal. And let's say it goes bad, something goes bad next year. I don't know what. Let's just think the worst because we like to do that right out here in Jacksonville because it makes us feel like we probably might be right. So let's say something goes bad.
Well, we think the worst because it generally is the worst, but go
That's
ahead.
my point. So let's just say it goes bad.
Yeah.
And Shad fires Trent. And he just says, okay, you're the problem. Let's get rid of him. He's not going to get rid of the coach, too, because he's not going to, after 1 year, if he gives a guy a 5-year deal, most likely, unless he's glaring just terrible. What do you think the process will be if we take Shad Khan at his word, which I do, that he believes in a head coach-centric team? The head coach is going to be part of the process of going and getting the new GM. Now, so is that ideal? No, because you've wasted a year and you don't want to do that.
Tony, was Peterson and Balky?
But that's like the worst case scenario.
Yeah, Tony, were Peterson and Balky, was that supposed to be coach centric?
I believe it was, Dan. And listen, I was not down there day to day.
Yeah.
But I know what Shaw believes, and I believe that's how it was communicated, how it was set up. I believe that. I can't tell you that for sure.
Well,
because I was not involved in those conversations with Trent, Doug, and Shad.
Yeah, yeah. Would it be?
So it would be unfair of me to say that.
Would they be better served if they had somebody like Shad Khan telling me that the coach is going to report to him doesn't do a whole lot for me. I think Shad Khan needs a guy down there, and we've all had these discussions, Tony. So elephant in the room, no big deal. I mean, because the fans love you, and they at least before today, and they.
Tony, I'll say that more. I'll say that more accurately. They're now more sure than ever. Continue.
but what it would seem to me, and maybe Shad's a little gun shy because it ended. But the best success Shad has had is when Tom was the EVP. Now it went badly at the end, but nonetheless, that seemed to work best because Shad can do whatever he wants. He's the owner, but he's an absentee owner. So if you got a guy who's kind of watching over GM and coach, I think that would work best, in my opinion. But in this situation,
yeah, sure. There's a lot of different structures in the NFL,
right?
And that's one of them. There's
Mm-hmm.
no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
I take a little because I don't want to. Can you please what does absentee owner mean?
Okay, absentee owner is an owner who's not here day to day running. In the
That's
old
not
days,
his office. His office isn't the stadium.
Yeah, in the old days.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was saying in the old days, the owner, the NFL team was a hobby, but it's not that way anymore. They went to the stadium every single day. They were very involved in everything. Listen, you want Oppo, Shad Khan, that's Jerry Jones. You don't want that either. But you want somewhere. I think it.
That's my point, Dan. You're making my point for me. Explain to me what I don't think he's absentee because absentee owner. He owns the team.
Mm-hmm.
He has an office in the building. He's not there every day because he does have other business interests.
Well,
he's there quite a bit. He meets with the GM and head coach, whether in person or virtually, like most businesses do today.
Mm-hmm.
And he has hired people to manage the day-to-day, like a lot of owners do. He's not.
He's hired the wrong guys, though.
I just disagree. I disagree.
I think he misdefined.
I think that's wrong.
Tony, can I say?
Define, so let me one last.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Please define, because I also hear the other side. We don't want Jerry Jones. He's too controlling. Okay, great. What do you want? Tell me Tell me your perfect. So and I'll call Shad.
Okay, thank
you. I'll
you.
say, Jod, this is the job description that the fans want you to have.
Okay. I don't want anything, but I'm just going to, I think, better define what Dan means as absentee.
Okay, great.
I think, and this may not be factual. I'm just telling you what the perception is.
Okay.
Absentee owners, non-absentee owners, hometown is where their team is. They live where their team is. If you're the Mariners, you live in Pittsburgh or in.
So if you bought a place in Jacksonville,
Tony, I'm talking about where your base of operations and where you go home and tuck yourself in every night, and it's not wrong. Society changes. Yeah. He tucks himself in on a yacht. That's all cool. But I'm just saying, I think that's what Dan means.
Well, and listen, there's a positive, Tony. There's a positive there in the autonomy that he gives these guys to do their job. That's why it's one of the reasons why it's so appealing. Our point is he just keeps hiring the wrong guys to run the
And I don't
show.
care, by the way. Like I said, I don't care if he lives there or not.
Yes.
Stop there.
Mm-hmm.
What you just said, Dan, let's talk, because I actually agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
What you just said is 1,000% fair.
Right.
Where I get up,
what
I
did he
think
say again? What did you just say?
That he's hired the wrong people.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit.
Okay.
Because where I get frustrated, and I will, and yes, last night was a perfect example. Shad Khan's in my opinion, a great owner.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Let me define it.
Mm-hmm.
He gives all the resources that are necessary and more to football people to make football decisions and to run his organization with the explicit goal to win a championship. On top of that, he invests into the community, which is really important for a small market team, that the team is located in. Like, I don't know what else you'd want in an owner. Because I also hear all the time, like, we don't like Jerry Jones. He needs to step back. He blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. So you don't want him too involved. And then you hear, oh, he's absentee. Like, guys, you guys are missing the point. Really, the problem everyone has and where we've struggled, and hiring people's hard in any business. Any business is hard. And if you want to be critical of Shad, is like, because this is a metric that you can't argue. Our win-loss metric, analytics, isn't good enough. It's very obvious. We've lost more than we've won. It is not good. We need to get better there. We have been inconsistent. We've had blips of success and a bunch of losing. It should be the opposite. You should have blips of bad seasons and consistent winning. That's what you want. And at the end of the day, if you want to be critical of Shad Khan, it's like, you need to do a better job of hiring the people you give all these resources to, because they're not producing the outcome that your investment. You're not getting an ROI.
I think we've gotten. I think we've gotten a little off center line. This isn't a referendum on Shad Khan. Everyone would agree with to great length.
But
a lot of the. It's
Jeff,
this,
I disagree with that.
Well, it's this
Listen
specific.
to the comments.
Well,
it has become a referendum on Shad Khan, and that was my point yesterday.
Yeah, I don't. That'll blow up and down. I'm telling you, sitting here, there's no referendum on Shad Khan, and faith is lost forever. The referendum has already passed on your guy Trent Baalke. People don't believe that we can win a Super Bowl with Trent Baalke, so they're critical of Shad Khan. This is like the lightning, moment of losing some confidence and faith that you had before.
And on top
nothing that can't be earned back.
And on top of that,
that's fair.
Okay.
And on top of that, everybody's been hearing about this cat up in Detroit that they all want, and they feel like, okay, well, wait a minute now. He's not even going to interview with us, and we'll see if that happens. I agree with you, Tony, about, sometimes when push comes to shove, when rubber hits the road, there's only 5 openings. Why am I going to let me at least listen to the guy and see what he says?
Yeah.
So,
Tony, I have one football-related question.
So let me go back to this.
Okay.
This is the other thing. This is why I don't get to, and I'm fine with people not thinking Trent's done a good job. Like, some of the results you can't argue with. The wins and losses, like, okay, I can't defend that.
Yeah.
But but you have to look at the big picture. What is his job? What's his role? How's it set up? Blah blah blah. And I don't want to. And I'm not blaming Doug. And Doug and those guys are good coaches. It didn't work. So Shad made a decision as his right to do. Took a step back. Said, I'm getting rid of the coach, keeping the GM. Okay, great. Owners do that all the time. I would just be careful. And media does this, and fans do this every year at this time. Who the hot candidate is? And I'm not speaking badly about Ben Johnson. I think he's an amazing offense coordinator. I don't know if he's going to be a great head coach. And I'll just go back, and I'm going to use Dan Campbell again. In that hiring cycle, he was the least popular. There's all these big names. Everyone else got the greatest guy. None of those guys have jobs anymore. Go back and look at the hiring cycle. The 2 guys that everyone thought were the worst hires were Nick Sirianni and Dan Campbell.
right.
They're the only ones with their dang jobs still.
Yep.
So just be careful. And I'll give even a more personal example. I'll go back to USC when Pete Carroll was the 5th or 6th choice because everyone else said no to USC.
Right.
And people were losing their minds. Oh, we got stuck with Pete Carroll, wash out the NFL, blah, 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 blah. Oh, only the greatest. It's only like the greatest time in the last 50 years of USC football.
Yep.
And went on to be a Super Bowl coach at the Seattle Seahawks. Was so unpopular. No one wanted him. And I'm just saying, so take a step back. Sometimes the hottest candidate isn't the hottest guy to get, best guy to get.
All right.
Sometimes it is. Maybe. I hope Ben Johnson. Right now, I'm with the fans. I'd love Ben Johnson to come here based on what I know. He's innovative. He's fun. I've talked to people up there. He seems like a good leader. Like, I think it's great. And yes, the reporting out there right now is he won't come here if Trent's here. I don't know if that's true. Like let's just let this breathe a little bit,
right,
and see where this goes. I get why everyone's frustrated. I get that we've lost too much as an organization.
Yeah.
That is, you should be critical of that. We have not performed as an organization. As a fan, you should be mad. You should be pounding the table. That it needs to be.
And that's why they are.
I agree with all of that.
That's
and
why
I agree with every one of them.
Yeah,
that's right.
And
I agree with them.
And under the owner's tenure, it's been bad.
Not been good enough.
Terrible.
It's not been good enough.
The worst.
I agree.
So, but okay, good stuff. Hey, listen, we appreciate it, man. Appreciate you.
Let us know if you have any press conferences this week.
Yeah, we love you, man.
There's no here. Breaking news. There's no press conferences planned.
Okay.
I am in Ponte Vedra drinking coffee today. I got a couple meetings with my company out in San Francisco. I'm the only media I'm doing is talking to you. I've purposely turned down anything else because I don't want to have this conversation with anyone else besides you guys.
Friendly
only
fire.
because you're my
Yes.
friend.
All right, my brother. Have a great day.
Thank
Enjoy
you,
your
Tone.
coffee.
You're the man.
That's Tony Baselli, probably the Jaguars Hall of Famer. All right, back with more next. We have a speed trap alert in play. I'll bring it up here on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday, and they'll get you down here. It's at the Butler and Southside there. Hey, Butler and 295. That little area right over here next to us. Keep those speeds, not keep that cash in your pocket. Fred Taylor's still to join us later this hour. We'll get his opinion on the state of the Jags, but we'll come back with more next. I want to talk a little bit about the playoffs coming up this weekend. I got to get out of this, Jag, just for like a half a segment.
No.
Half a segment?
No.
It's the drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Play-by-play just makes everyday life better.
I did not see this one coming.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from my friends at Zero Res. I love Zero Res, by the way. We had them out last week just to do the upstairs. They did the carpet. They did great work. They did the stairwell. Appreciate them and all that they do for us, man. And when they leave, man, the house has that clean smell. I love it. Listen, by the way, you got a great Oriental rug. Well, Zero Res has Gerard, a certified master rug cleaner, and, man, he'll take tender loving care of your Oriental rug. 25% off right now as well. It's Zero Res, man. Zero Res, you spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. Zero Res is the right way to clean.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
You know, many plumbers won't quote prices over the phone and instead charge a service fee for an in-home estimate. Of course, because they know once they're in your home, you're probably not going to send them away. But Roland Reach Plumbing is different. Roland will give you a price quote over the phone, and there's never a trip charge or service fee for an estimate. So if you've got a leak and can't wait a week and don't like paying unnecessary fees, call on Roland Reach Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Matt Hayes here for Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code JAX to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code JAX to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days thanks to Loan Pronto's new Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Imagine a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity. No appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses an AI-driven tech to get you approved for cash in as little as one day. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their debt, launched a home improvement project, and is now saving over $1,000 a month. Instant approvals, low fixed rates, fast transfers. Get cash to consolidate all your debt and get a fresh start to the new year. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much you qualify for. Imagine this time next week, you can be credit card debt-free. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, MLS, consumeraccess.org.
So one of life's most important decisions, if you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. Hicken here from Matt Hinson in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney yet. But have you done your last will? It's not the most comfortable thing. It's not the most fun thing to do. Something you need to do besides getting your assets to the people that you want them to go to. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson will listen to help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you the info needed so you are at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. You have questions? Maddie's got answers. 904-527-1700. 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Find the best-kept secret in Jax at the Moss Fire Grill. From $5 margaritas to made-from-scratch Southwest cuisine, find yourself relaxing or celebrating at Jacksonville's first-ever rooftop. Visit Moss Fire Grill in Riverside.
See you on the rooftop.
Ammon, you're always talking about how clean air is healthy air. I've had this cold for weeks. Can cleaning my air ducts actually help?
Well, Dad, I'm not a doctor, and let's be honest, you probably caught that cold from one of your grandkids. But I can tell you this, the cleaner your air, the better you'll feel.
Makes sense, but what do air ducts have to do with it?
Your ducts are like the lungs of your home. If they're full of dust, allergens, and who knows what else, all that junk gets blown into the air you breathe, especially now that the heat's running. And the EPA says improving indoor air quality can reduce health risk.
So you're telling me my vents are working harder than my immune system?
Exactly. That's why Zero Res is here. We're NADCA certified, and our truck mount system is the most powerful in the industry. Right now, we're even offering $100 off your total for January.
All right, sign me up. If it makes me feel better and keeps your mom off my back, I'm all in.
Good call, Dad.
Zero Res.
Spelled border backwards.
It's the right way to clean.
CEROREC. Zero Res.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. Florida men's basketball team will take on the number 1 ranked Tennessee Vols tonight. Head coach Todd Golden will look to correct issues that caused the loss to Kentucky.
We did not defend anywhere near the level in take one and the other opportunities that we missed were at the foul line.
Tip-off is at 7. Hear the game live on 1010 XL AM. The Georgia football program took a major hit when edge rusher Damon Wilson announced he'll enter the transfer portal per On3. He's a Florida native, heavily recruited by most of the powerhouses. Wilson has 2 years of eligibility left. Our home pro teams around the state in the NBA, the Orlando Magic on the road in New York Monday defeated the New York Knicks. The Magic shut down a New York Knicks team missing Karl Anthony Towns. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. Currently it's 8:07 and it's 35 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. Yeah. Yeah, we got sports concepts. We got sports rationalizations at the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, it's a prize pack that he says is razzle-dazzle. And what do you got today?
Lunch for 2 at Flame Broiler.
Flame Broiler.
Real good food for you
Flame
with real
Broiler.
ingredients.
Hey,
all
Jeff.
flavors.
I was thinking about this. I heard Rich Eisen talk about this. And Jag Fan will talk about this as well. And this is where we talk about the team itself and the talent on the team, okay? And we'll go back to last year, and we were talking about the Bengals game. Remember Christian Kirk got hurt on that fluky play. Trevor turned his ankle at the end, and what was the quarterback's name for Cincinnati? Browning Nagel?
Jake Browning.
Jake Browning Nagel?
No, Nagel.
Had an unbelievable, looked like Joe Burrow. And they beat us, right? They beat us, I don't remember if it was
34-31.
Overtime? No.
It was either, I think it was.
Anyway.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. We missed a Brandon McManus that Dillweed missed a field goal that would have won the game with about 2 minutes to go.
And I was thinking because everybody's, we were 8-3, we're playing great football. And listen, you can only play who's on your schedule, right?
But that was also, now in fairness, we were bulky, just as we bulked in this one fairly. We were bulking in the last segment of the previous year where we were beating really good teams, the Cowboys and Ravens and then the Chargers in the playoffs. So that we were looking at that stretch as longer than 8-3.
Correct.
Continue.
But from that point on, and in 23, the teams that we beat, there were some good teams. We beat Buffalo. Buffalo was going bad when we played them, but we beat them.
I was in London.
But, beating Indy at home, and at New Orleans is a nice win. At Pittsburgh is a nice win. But they're not. Then we played San Francisco, the Super Bowl team. They beat us 34-3.
Well, we're starting to decline, too.
This year we played Buffalo early.
Yeah, Detroit,
99-16 combined. That's 50-8. Those are the games that tell me we're not close. And then all we needed, remember when we lost that Cincinnati game, Jeff? We all knew we were going. Carolina was done, right?
We need to win 2 games.
We were going to win that game.
Yeah.
We just needed 1 win.
All I had to do was beat Tennessee the last week, or Cleveland, or Tampa. Any of them.
Yes.
But injured at that point. No Kirk, no Trevor, or a gimpy Trevor. Listen to me. There is no part of me that wanted Doug Pederson back here. To me, this whole storyline of the Jags and what they did yesterday and the pushback against Schott. I mean, I don't need Schott to spend any time justifying why Doug Pederson was fired.
No,
I
not
get
that
it.
part.
I get it.
Yeah, we all
did.
did.
What you're missing here is the other guy sitting next to you. Absolutely 100%. There is no argument for keeping him. With all due respect to Tony and continuity and any other reasons that he's voicing, less displeasure with this. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible decision.
Yeah.
I'll stand by it forevermore.
Yeah.
You ain't winning no titles with Trent Baalke, period, end of story. And yes, it's true. You don't know if Ben Johnson's going to be a great head coach. No one wanted Pete Carroll. That's all true. But you know what else is true? What I do know, Trent Baalke average at best, and I'd say below average as a GM. Well, and it's not that Trent, and he misunderstood what I was saying. It's not that Trent wouldn't bring a good candidate to the table. It's that a good candidate's not coming to the table with Trent. That's the missing point. So, look, maybe it'll prove to be untrue, but we've heard from pretty good sources, not just some internet sleuth, that Ben Johnson don't want any part of being down here if Trent Baalke's the GM.
Hopefully he changes his mind.
So, if this comes and goes without even getting an interview with the hottest candidate, that alone says it's a bad hire.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so we look ahead as ESPN has thrown out draft talk.
Nice.
We got a mock out. So let's real quick play with this one. The Tennessee Titans control the board, and they need a quarterback, and their quarterback is Cam Ward, according to Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot where he's going number 1. Does it surprise you that Cam Ward is 1 and not Shador?
Yes.
Me too.
I'd take Shador, but again, I don't think either quarterback is. Now, they'll probably be great because, no one's sold on these guys, but it will be interesting. But Cleveland taking Shador, look, Deshaun Watson has been set up nicely to get out of Cleveland. He got his payday. He had a, quote, setback. You heard about this with the Achilles?
Yeah, setback in the Achilles injury.
Does that mean he redid it?
I mean, I don't know. It just sounds all funny to me because
Deshaun Watson is going to break your record for the longest absence with an Achilles injury.
Dang.
How does that make you feel, good or bad, that you're in the same context, same breath with an NFL quarterback?
Nah, bro. I've been in the same context as a lot of NFL quarterbacks. I really don't want to be in the same context as him.
No, okay. But anyway, I think it sounded like, and their GM's a little bit nutty too, by the way, but it sounded like maybe he doesn't even, if he redid it, and we'll have to ask Doc Murph about this, but he'd be out for the year again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but they say it's a setback, so it all depends what the setback is.
What is the setback? Did you re-tear it?
Right,
And why don't you tell us? What does that mean? Well, what it means is this. It means you don't play, and then we can get out of this contract after this year.
You can go do whatever you want to do.
You're going to have a setback.
He should have gone with the unassailable personal reasons. That's what he should have gone with.
But then Shador Sanders.
Can't question that one. Personal reasons.
Nope.
Shador Sanders would be the pick to Cleveland. Travis Hunter.
Deion ain't going for that. You crazy?
No? That's all overblown. Deion don't control the league. Good luck with that, Deion. If somebody going to take your boy number 2 overall, I'd suggest run down there and take it.
You ever heard of Archie Manning?
Yeah,
right? He controlled the league.
Yeah, and how many Archie Mannings have there been?
Well, Deion's Archie Manning.
Yeah.
All right.
Every bit. Maybe more.
If Cleveland wants to draft Shedeur Sanders, they're going to draft him.
Not if he says, I'm not playing for you.
Well, good luck with that.
I'm just saying. It's fact. I don't know that he'll do it, but I'm just saying.
I don't know if it's fact. Has Deion said we're not going to Cleveland?
No, I'm saying if Deion says.
I guess my point is, in the history of the NFL, the thousands of players and hundreds of, dozens of drafts, it's happened one time.
That's not true.
But not too many
You ever
people
heard of
could
John
pull
Elway?
that.
Yeah. Well, that was a completely different deal in Bo Jackson. That's not a father saying my son's not playing somewhere.
Archie did.
Yeah.
So
the one time.
Okay.
Well, the father had that type of pull, but go ahead.
The father was wrong in that case too. By the way, I said it then. That's also weak sauce.
Oh, it was weak sauce, but the father was right.
Why?
Because he won 2 Super Bowls.
He may have in San Diego.
He may have.
That
We'll
may have been
never
what they
know.
needed. Yeah.
Giants will take Travis Hunter, so he's off the board.
That's 3.
Which, by the way, that's great. Only question is Drew Lock going to be throwing to him? I mean, what?
He's going to play corner.
Yeah, corner.
No, I know, but what's New York going to do with a quarterback situation?
Well, in that case, there's no one to take.
They're going to go get Sam Darnold?
Well, they're not going to take him there, though, and maybe later in the draft.
Take a Travis Hunter.
Kirk Cousins.
I know, but you just said the other 2 went. Who are they supposed to take?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. There's no one to take there.
Kirk Cousins? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, someone like that.
Maybe
Joe Flacco?
Joe Milton.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
Based on one game. The Patriots are going to take offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr.
Okay, that leaves Graham if you want him there.
Leaves a lot of guys. But the Jaguars at number 5 in this mock draft would take Will Johnson. Jags recorded 6 picks this season, the 3rd lowest in the league. Johnson, who set Michigan's school record with 3 career pick sixes, can provide that 6'2", 202. I like that.
He's a great player. I'm all
Big
for
corner
it.
that's drawn some comparisons to Pat Surtain too.
Yeah.
I gotta get this right because he's getting better and better. Is it Surtain or Surtain?
Surtain.
I've heard of both.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he's a Miami kid or a South Florida kid. His dad. I knew his dad. I mean, I don't understand why I can't get this right.
Louisville.
Yeah, and then the Dolphins, right?
Oh yeah, forever.
Yeah.
I think it's Surtain though.
I do too, but I don't know. Pairing Johnson with Tyson Campbell will give Jacksonville a young lockdown duo on the perimeter. I'm all fine with that.
And this is the reality, and so it all comes back, especially here in the freshness of it all. If this is what I believe, that no matter the pick there at 5, our guy's going to take the wrong guy. And the guys around him are going to be great.
That's fair.
And our guy will be okay, whoever
My question
he is.
is,
and corner's a worrisome spot for me.
Is the guy who's going 6th to the Vegas Raiders, is he Micah Parsons? Because if he is, I want him.
Yeah.
Carter?
Yeah. Isn't he? Does he wear 11 at Penn State?
He's a 1-year deal now. This is his only year that he's exploded. I was reading about him, but he had a very, very good year, and he's got all the measurements. I think he's PFF's highest rated edge rusher among the top 5. I would rather have that than the corner.
I would too.
But I would say this. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Do either one of y'all think that Tyson Campbell is a difference maker, a top 15 corner?
No.
Our guy does.
Yeah.
He identified him last offseason and paid him like he was.
Mm-hmm.
So Trent Baalke thinks Tyson Campbell's a great player.
Well, Well, yes and no. Listen, Tyson Campbell's a guy who should be on your team.
For sure. And what happens, but
he didn't break the bank with Tyson Campbell.
No, but we made a lot about signing Josh Allen before he had to, or Trevor Lawrence before he had to. If Tyson Campbell plays again this year, do you sign him long term after he got injured and missed another 4 or 5 games? Do you? Or do you get him even cheaper than what you got him for last offseason?
Young corner again.
Do you get him cheaper or just free agency grab him?
Oh, no, I probably would have.
Or would he cost more? Because that matters. If you sign him last year, look, he's a starter.
You always run that risk.
But I'm really disappointed in Tyson Campbell. He's not
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's not impact.
I don't think he had a good year.
So we took him and then paid him and talked about him and used him like he's an all-star level player. He's just a guy.
We had to use him like that. Though. Yeah.
Mason Graham 7th to the Jets.
That's what I'm liking.
That's the interior defensive line, which is forever. What do y'all make of? Are you okay with Armstead and his big bold proclamation yesterday?
It wasn't a big bold proclamation. It's like who? What?
Tell him what he said.
Who said what?
Yeah,
Eric Armstead
I'm gonna move back inside next year. That's gonna be my plan. That was
what
I wanted to do.
What?
This season as well too. But you know, there's situations that you have to deal with, you know, in this league. And, yeah, so I'm going to switch back inside, which was what I wanted to do this season. And I'm a back playing
something right about that.
Wait,
you know, an elite player that I know I can be.
Okay, was it the coach? Was it the GM? Was it Armstead? I don't know anymore.
My second question, did any of the checks bounce? Move along. Golly, poor baby had to slide out 3 feet. I'm going to be an elite player inside, and on the outside, I'm going to be the worst player in the stinking league.
Well, he's not. He's better suited to play inside. It's like taking Calais Campbell and put him on the edge.
Well, yeah. Calais Campbell on the edge is a hell of a lot better than Eric Armstead, 10 years older.
There's no doubt about that.
And that means we ain't taking the inside guy.
That guy's a money grab, man. That's one of the worst free agents ever. That dude came in talking big. Now he's talking big again to make sure he's around to collect that check and get his 1 sack next year.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, at least if they just put him on the inside, I mean, that will help.
And Abdul Carter is 11. Dan.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a big boy number at Penn State.
Bro, I'm dreaming of
Micah.
Yeah, just a couple quick other hitters in the mock draft. Carolina would take the Williams kid from Georgia. The McMillan receiver, who's intriguing, goes to the Saints. Will Campbell down to 10 with the Bears. Ashton Genty going to Dallas at 12. Malachi Starks from Georgia, 13. Indy's going to take Tyler Warren, that tight end from Penn State. He's their whole offense, number 44, by the way. Really good player. Another Walker from Georgia to the Falcons. Let me see if we got any other names. Luther Burden, the wide receiver from Missouri, to the Broncos at 21. Egbuka, the wide receiver from Ohio State, to the Commanders. The Vikings would take Walter Nolan from Ole Miss.
This is what is so sick about the NFL. You get down to the good teams, and then they're allowed the freedom to take the good player who's 10 pounds light, whose arms are a half inch shorter.
Here's a perfect one. The Lions.
Nolan is that guy.
Yeah,
That's a good player to get down there.
The Lions, Mike Green, edge from Marshall. Why? 17 sacks led FBS this season, 9th best pressure in the country, and they need another edge guy with Hutchinson and Za'Darius. So, anyway, that's it. We're over, right? E 641-1010.
Yes, sir.
Is the number to call. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. Tell them what they're going to win.
Lunch for 2 to Flame Broilers. Real good food for you with real ingredients and bold flavors. 904-641-1010.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
We do things as a team, gentlemen.
Jacksonville's live and local sports radio.
We cannot be defeated.
1010XL. 10XL. 10XL.
New Year's resolutions. But let's be honest. By February, that gym membership is just a $50 a month guilt trip.
So why not take that cash and finally fix your leaky faucet, unclog that drain, or tune up your AC?
Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning has your back. Start the year fresh. No leaks, no clogs, no excuses.
It's a resolution you'll actually keep.
Call Duck Rooter at 904-862-6769 today. Because when you're stuck, call the Duck. Right now, get $50 off any service of $150 or more.
Hey, Hicken here from Bowden Eye & Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He's currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area, and of course, the founder of Bowden Eye. Visit Bowden Eye & Associates today. You'll experience a difference. You know what they're doing? They're keeping the First Coast focused. That's Bowden Eye & Associates.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Denny Thompson here. Tackle burglars and protect your turf. Give yourself peace of mind catching everything around your home with Tyson Sound & Security's cutting-edge surveillance cameras. For safety and convenience, Tyson has you covered for all home cameras and security systems. I'm talking HD recording, night vision, and remote alerts all from your phone or computer. Call Tyson Sound & Security right now at 904-762-1000. Tyson Sound and Security. Security and automation experts.
Yo, what's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy ET here for MyBookie, and I hope everyone had a profitable NFL regular season betting year with MyBookie. The college playoff march is on with football Final Four. Notre Dame is favored by 1.5 over Penn State Thursday night. The over-under for this game at MyBookie is 47 points. This matchup suggests a relatively close contest, and we know anything can happen. We're taking a look at betting the over here on the points total. And Friday night, you got O State favored by 6 points over Texas. The over-under here is at 53.5 points, indicating expectations for a somewhat high-scoring game. And O State's lead in the spread might reflect confidence in the performance, and also is likely to be where the public is putting their bread at. But that 6 points is enough for Texas to cover. So we're looking at going against the public and taking Texas with the points. Guys, if you haven't yet, sign up now at MyBookie because they're still giving that 50% deposit bonus. That's half your money back on your very first deposit up to $1,000. That promo code, of course, is 1010XL.
With a new look for your home. It's the Renewal by Anderson New Year's sales event. For a limited time, save 20% on their energy-efficient windows and patio doors, designed to keep your home comfortable all year. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Offer expires January 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
The best teal-colored coverage includes Mia's Quick Hits.
Get the latest news from inside the building and around the league. I'm Mia O'Brien, 1010XL's NFL Insider.
Driven by Arlington Toyota. Available on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
All All right, time to bring in the man. Let's wiggle after Fred Taylor joining us on the hotline. Talking a little bit of Jags football. Just another season of change, Fred. I mean, the sure sign you're not getting it right is when you tally up 3 or 4 coaches in 3 or 4 years and coordinators and everything that else goes along. I mean, I'm sure as a player, you're just desperate for some stability maybe at some point, right? That you get going in the right direction and staying that way.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Freddie.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to. If you look across the board, the teams that are most consistent and retention of players, retention of coaches, typically those are the teams that are most successful. And it seems that it's easy math. But I remember there was a point in time when we would get rid of a coach or an assistant coach under Jack Del Rio every year, and we would get rid of players every single year. And obviously, people get rid of players, but you should retain a nucleus of players. 8 starters returning the next year. That way you have that consistency and they understand your system and understand the culture and understand what you want from the team and from a leadership standpoint. That helps eventually build a culture. Look at what the University of Florida did. And I know it's 2 different levels, but if you can look at, they took a shot to retain Billy Napier so they do not disrupt the potential future prospects of what's coming to the program. And that doesn't always guarantee success, but at least you take a shot. Here we have in Jacksonville, it's just been tough sledding. It's been a lot of tough grinding year after year since Coach Coughlin, and we haven't had that consistency that we need. And it's very unfortunate, and hopefully at some point they can get it right there in the front office. That way we can bring the fan base a winning product.
Why do you think, Fred, that Doug Pederson was unable to get this offense going in the end? I mean, in your opinion.
Well, it was a lot going. It was a lot. I mean, obviously, a lot of things have to marry up, and I don't want to just put it all on Doug.
Sure.
Like, team sports are a relationship.
Yep.
It's a push, pull, give, take. But again, you have to also make sure you're on the same page at all times, no matter what. And I think that's what contributes to a successful relationship and a successful team. And there were many games when we would see the players are off, whether it's drops, false starts, all this other different stuff, fumbles, turnovers, etc. And then we'll see games where the coaches were a bit off in calls and in the game plan itself. And it just equated to the season that we just received or the season that they earned collectively. So, and I don't want to chalk it up as bad coaching because I'm not at the practice. I'm not in the meeting rooms. I don't know if the players are taking it serious, or I don't know if the coaches were taking it as serious.
Let me ask you, Fred, sorry to interrupt. Let me ask you it this way then. Like, to you have a different eye than you played the game at the highest level. When I watch as a fan, the offense seemed very vanilla, very plain. You watch great teams, man, they draw up these plays that make you go, wow. I could go to Detroit specifically. I mean, every week they throw 4 or 5 of those in. We just never seem, in my opinion, we never seem to have anything out of the ordinary. And Shad Khan talked about a little bit about that yesterday. But to you, did the offense need a little more, I don't know, pizzazz, a little more misdirection, a little more motion, a little more stuff, stuff like that, or not?
Every aspect of an offense helps the other aspect, right? So if the running game is working, then you can create brilliantly in the pass game, in the play action game. And a lot of those plays, for example, what you're seeing Detroit run, where they have the stretch plays and the different reverses and the crossers and all of that stuff. You have to have the type of players that can get that done.
Yep.
Start with Detroit, you're starting with an amazing offensive line.
Yeah.
You don't have that in Jacksonville. You have some good players, but you don't have the same caliber of great players. And they can do a little bit more because of their offensive line. And then they have an amazing set of receivers. And then their running back. Look at what they're doing. And their quarterback. I mean, he's a veteran guy they tried to write off, but Jared Goff is one of the top quarterbacks in the entire history of the of the game these last 2 years there in Detroit. So, yeah, you have to have the personnel capable to make those type of plays happen. And, yes, you want to try them, but unfortunately we haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. I've been calling to get rid of the toss play for forever. It's just a play that I despise myself personally. But you do need it every blue moon as a change-up to show them on tape. But, again, Doug has always been brilliant offensively, offensive mind. It's just that I believe he doesn't have the personnel capability to go deep in his bag. Because we saw a lot of stuff from Doug in Philly that was brilliant. And it's a copycat league. It doesn't take much to go and see what was successful versus your opponent, then try to duplicate or replicate that for that opponent. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Football is hard.
Yeah, it's so much.
It seems that it's harder in Jacksonville for some reason. But the game is so hard, and respectfully, I admire what Doug has done for his career. Look, the man got a Super Bowl championship. He has a statue in Philly. I wish we all thought he could have brought that to Jacksonville. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So now it's back to the drawing boards, and hopefully they can find one that'll stick and be a coach there for at least 10 years or better. That shows you, or that'll spell that Jacksonville will no longer be the laughing stock of the NFL.
Yeah, it sort of feels like we are. Right now, for sure.
Because they're hitting from all angles.
Yeah.
Because look at the Pro Bowl snub. Brian Thomas, ain't no way he shouldn't be.
No, that was ridiculous.
They're bringing up wins and losses now and all this. No way.
Yeah.
This kid is two in the entire AFC.
Yeah, those things matter at the end of the day. You know that.
The winning and losses does matter.
Yeah.
I get it. But I believe that even if the Jacksonville was sub 500 or just over 500, I don't know if he. Well, I guess they make the playoffs if they were over par 500, and he possibly wouldn't make it. But neither here nor there. He didn't make it, and it's unfortunate because I always thought that was a stat-based thing.
Correct.
And then sometimes it comes back and say, all right, well, it's a popularity thing. Yes, I get that because I've been there too.
Yeah.
But what is it exactly?
Yeah.
Is it just Jacksonville? Do you look at Jacksonville last? I mean, because you're talking about market and popularity and you're overlooking his numbers. He didn't do it in garbage time.
If you're second in your conference in receiving yards, you're a Pro Bowl receiver. There's just no other. You can't argue out of it. I have a question for you.
I've always asked to take the math out of it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
You guys.
There you go. Fair.
1, 2,
Fair
3,
point.
You guys deserve it, and that's the end of it.
Yeah,
that'll solve everything.
The fantasy football players will agree with you on that too. Hey, I remember this fact about Mac Jones when he was first having success in New England, and that was, look at the coaches this dude played for in his entire career. Corky Rogers at Bowles in high school, maybe the best high school coach of all time. Nick Saban at Alabama, one of the best college, if not the best college coach. And then Bill Belichick, the GOAT at New England. And I started thinking in terms of you two, very, very fortunate. You've had very few coaches, and three of them are all world with Spurrier and Gainesville, and both Coughlin and Belichick in your NFL career, throwing a little Jack Del Rio as well. Just everything that you know, Fred, on the coaches who have pushed the right buttons for you or teammates or peers. What are you looking for in this Jaguar hire? Like go to the Freddie T lab and build me the perfect coach that hits everything he needs to hit.
Well, the game has changed, but what you do need is a coach that puts integrity first. A coach that's gonna spend time in the building. Although you want him to be a player relatable sort type coach, you do want a coach that's committed to time in the building. I think a coach who would be perfect, and then I'm not just saying this, it's because what I know. I think they should interview Aaron Glenn. I don't care what anyone says. I know what he stands for. I know what he demands. We've seen what he does, what he's done with Detroit's defense up there. I mean, just give him a peek.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, simply because I know what he stands for. I know. I remember him sitting in Indy during the combines, just hanging out by the little bar area where the coaches come and collect themselves after a long day of evaluations and the scouts. And he said, "I'm not leaving here until I get an opportunity." And it started there. And he's climbed the ladder, and now he's a defensive coordinator. He's done great there, and he's going to get an opportunity at a head coach's job. But it's more about how you develop men. And I believe with the culture that Detroit has built under Dan Campbell and what they stand for, and AG being a former player, what he stood for as a player, high pick there in the Jets and then eventually Jacksonville and so on, I know what he's about. But more than that, you need coaches that are, one, have an extreme sense of urgency that's going to put the organization first. And that's all he's going to do, eat, sleep, and crap football. And that's what you want, somebody that's going to be in the building, somebody that's player relatable, and understanding demands respect from each other, but someone that's going to hold everyone accountable. It's not going to let his assistants off the hook when they're not delivering. They're going to be out, and all these different sorts of stuff. So, I think that's what you need, somebody that's hard still in this era of football, that these kids are making a ton of guaranteed money. They can sometimes become complacent. You still have to be hard, but you have to be respectful, and you have to be able to communicate. So I think that's what all of my great coaches had, communication skills, a very extreme sense of urgency, and they put football first before their families.
One quick NFL question. We'll let you run, Freddie. You have if I gave you an MVP vote, and I know how much you love running backs, would you vote for Saquon over Lamar and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow? Or and I think if you're going to tell me no, if you tell me no, then we should change the award to most valuable quarterback. Because the guy went for 2,000, so I'm just curious, and they won.
But Lamar made history, first 4,900.
I know. So I'm curious of Fred's opinion, though.
Yeah, I mean, just, I would throw. I think I would throw the position of it completely out. And in my mind, what Lamar Jackson is, what he's done is we haven't witnessed that ever.
Right.
And I think those type of seasons, when things like that happen, then you say, all right, this was the most valuable player.
Okay.
His team is in a great position. The defense is nowhere as good as they once used to be, and everything is running through Lamar. Even Derrick Henry's amazing season. Obviously, they worked well together, but I also thought that without a Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry doesn't have that sort of season. Without a Jalen Hurts and his ability and mobility, I don't believe Saquon has that type of season. And no, I love that Saquon did. He's my favorite back, and I have on record, I've said that many, many times.
Right.
But I would be unbiased and possibly give my vote to Lamar Jackson because I've never witnessed it.
Fair enough.
It's unheard of. We've seen 2,000 yards. We've heard of 2,000 yards, but 4,000 passing and almost 900 rushing, and the amount of touchdown to interception ratio and his QBR ranks 4 or whatever in the history of the game, and he's running the ball that way. It's just ridiculous.
He's in his prime. He's a joy to watch him, man. What a great
playoff,
great potential second round matchup. Bills Ravens to see if somebody can go conquer the Chiefs. What a matchup that's going to be. Because and by the way, just for a nod to Josh Allen, who I don't think has the complimentary staff that Lamar has, and who with probably less talent has earned the number 2 seed. Right, so he does have that. Although I do remember Baltimore putting it on Buffalo early.
They did.
We'll see how that goes in the.
All right, Freddie.
Yeah, that's another part of it.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, my man. Appreciate you as always.
Guys.
Thank you.
All right, see you, Freddie.
Have a good one.
There he goes. That's our friend Shake Taylor.
Yeah, remember that
back in the day.
yeah, he lost that. Kind of lost that at Florida.
Yeah.
Mick tried his freshman year. I remember he's even saying Shake Taylor a few times in the play-by-play, but it just didn't stick.
Freddie T. He's kind of.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. I'll take a break.
Tailor-made.
Hi. Oh my.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Hacker here, and for the first time in nearly 20 years, I finally get to have a different resolution. Like most of you, mine was always to lose weight. I'd try something for a few weeks, maybe lose a pound or two, and then give up. Well, I tried. Starting the new year with Awaken 180 isn't a try. It's a sure thing. And why will you stick with it? Because instead of a pound or two, you'll see results right out of the gate. We all need motivation. After my first 3 weeks with Awaken 180, I was already down 30 pounds. Granted, I had a lot of weight to lose, but look at Dempsey, look at Matt Hayes. Those guys had results out of the gate too. Dempsey dropped 9 pounds his first week, Matt dropped 12 pounds. Regardless of the weight you need to drop, seeing those fast results will motivate you to reach your goal. Guys, girls, losing weight regardless of how many times you've tried is possible with Awaken 180. Make the sure bet and make 2025 the last time losing weight is your New Year's resolution. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Man, I love Beaches Dermatology. The doctors there are terrific. Dr. Metz, Dr. Boudreaux, shout out. Dr. Fader does the Mohs surgery. Awesome guys. There to take care of a bunch of locations. I go to Solana Road. The staff there is second to none. Shout out to the staff at Beaches Dermatology, Solana Road. Listen, they want to remind you, man, even in this cold weather, the sun's out, protect that skin, right? It's a sunshine state for a reason. We get a lot of sun on this skin, man. You want to put that hat on, want to put that long sleeve dry fit on. Man, you want to wear the sunscreen. If something pops up on that skin, don't wait. Go get it checked out, man. No big deal. They'll tell you most of the time. Ain't no big deal, but go get it checked out. You can go online at beachesdermatology.com. Lots of locations to serve you, including one in Fernandina. beachesdermatology.com.
Find the best kept secret in Jax at the Moss Fire Grill. From $5 margaritas to made-from-scratch Southwest cuisine. Find yourself relaxing or celebrating at Jacksonville's first ever rooftop. Visit Moss Fire Grill in Riverside.
See you on the rooftop.
When the heat's on high or the chill is too much, who you gonna call? Cool Cats Heating and Cooling is locally owned and operated with a perfect touch. You'll keep your home just right, day or night. AC to heating, don't take a beating. Call the coolest cats in town. With a 5-star Google rating, they're your neighbors, ready to help. So get your paw of approval from Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town. CoolCatsJax.com.
It's a new year at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. Cash in this month with thrilling promotions and tournaments, including daily high hands and table games clockwork cash out, giving away $300 cash every 15 minutes and selected weekends at all 3 Best Bet locations. Catch all the excitement in 2025. See all the details and learn the games at bestbetjax.com. That's bestbetjax.com.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Cooking with Crisco.
These things are wonderful. You're going to love it. Have a rollie.
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boatcierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none?
It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do, and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag owner Shad Khan didn't want to scapegoat Doug Pederson. He says they were all in concerning the disappointing season.
We're all in this together. That includes me, obviously, includes Trent, includes everyone, on the football side.
General Manager Trent Baalke doesn't see a major overhaul and outline what needs to be done.
We don't need to fix everything. We just need to fix some things, and identifying that person that can come in. The process isn't going to change.
Tight end Evan Ingram shared his thoughts on Doug Pederson being let go.
It's the league. When you don't win, there's changes that come from in all areas, coaching, management, and the player.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I think a coach who would be perfect, and then I'm not just saying this, just because what I know. I think they should interview Aaron Glenn. I don't care what anyone says. I know what he stands for. I know what he demands. We've seen what he does, what he's done with Detroit's defense up there. I mean, just give him a peek.
Give him a peek.
You forget Aaron Glenn spent a year here in Jacksonville. In fact, Fred would have been teammates with Aaron Glenn in 2007 under Jack Del Rio.
By the way, I got to throw this in. Adam Schefter? Schnipter?
Schefter.
Sure.
The gray.
Okay. Well, one guy says the Bears are going to interview Mike Vrabel tomorrow. Okay.
What happened to Vrabel's just no question
Then
to the Patriots?
Schefter says
Schefter.
Yes. Chicago, New Orleans, New York, and New England all interested
in
Vrabel.
Oh.
Who's missing?
I maybe we just haven't announced our intentions to everyone. Trent thinks it's trickier if you don't tell anyone.
What are we doing?
We're gonna real sneaky bring in Lee. We're gonna real sneaky bring in Lee and Cohen. And there you go.
That damn Buff Pennington is coming.
It's gonna be Liam Cohen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the Tampa guy, the third choice of everyone.
We heard way back when there's a relationship there somehow.
Yeah, Cohen has kind of got an odd resume. I don't know what the hole is there, but he was with the Rams and he was Rams. He went
Kentucky.
He went to Kentucky.
He went Kentucky, NFL Kentucky or something like that.
He went NFL Kentucky.
Yeah.
NFL Kentucky. NFL. He got the Rams head job, and after a year went back to Kentucky. I don't know why or what the story was. I do know that the Bucs offense has been terrific
this year.
Yeah. But he won the OC last year. It was just his only year. This is his first year as the offensive coordinator in Tampa, I'm almost positive. He was Kentucky's guy last year.
Let me give you a little Liam Cohn. He was the Rhode Island Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yes, that's right. He played for his dad.
Played quarterback at UMass.
He was a UMass Hall of Famer. He's a good athlete, good player. I just don't know what kind of coach he is.
Also was able to throw to Victor Cruz at UMass.
He was his roommate. But look, there's big vibes here. I'm good with that. Where did O'Connell come from?
Would you trade for
Where did O'Connell come from?
Rams.
But he had that job, his job.
Would you trade for him?
For Liam Cohen?
Kevin O'Connell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I might too.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went to the Rams as assistant wide receiver coach in 2018. That was his first venture into the NFL after Brown, Rhode Island, UMass, Maine. Then he was the Rams.
He's the offensive coordinator right now for the Bucs.
Then he was the Rams assistant quarterbacks coach in 2020. Then he went to Kentucky as the OC.
For three
years. For 1 year.
Okay.
21. Then he went to the Rams as the OC for 22.
Now, why did he leave? That's
then
weird.
He went back to Kentucky as OC and quarterback coach.
See, that was the weird part. You're 22. You're the OC of an NFL team. You don't go back to college and take that job. So something happened in that second stint in L.A., and I don't know what it was. I don't know why he fell out of favor. He went back to replace him because O'Connell got the Vikings job. O'Connell had that job before they gave it to him in 23 or 22, whatever the year was.
Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator for the LA Rams, left the team in 22 to return to Kentucky. Cohen said he missed the relationships he had with the players and the impact he could have on them.
Yeah, no.
Cohen said he missed the control he had as a coach.
Yeah, no.
Cohen said being on the other side of the country from his father added stress to his family. Cohen said he wanted to continue to learn and grow as a football coach. Cohen said he felt there was a cap on how much he could be himself and lead the Rams.
Yeah, no. No, that's all ridiculous. That sounds like something that would have been said at yesterday's press conference. That's just talking. No, you don't leave an NFL offensive coordinator job to go to a college because you want that kind of autonomy just to take an NFL offensive coordinator's job the next year.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he's right back in Tampa. He got where he wanted. Maybe he, the only way it was him, maybe he had the idea of, hopscotching. All right, I've done it here. I'm going to go to college and, end any kind of contractual deal, and then I can take a job on the East
Liam
Coast.
Cohen left Kentucky to return to the NFL because he considered it a no-brainer opportunity to coach at a higher level.
Right, yeah. So there's something kind of odd there. But as to right now, both, he's been very good, and Aaron Glenn, a lot of people talk great about it. I remember Aaron Glenn. I liked his style watching Hard Knocks.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how they would position that offense and defense against each other in those workouts?
Yep.
You know who I was feeling for today?
Him and Deuce went at it, right?
Yeah. You know who I was feeling for the other day watching a season ender?
Me?
Not ever.
Oh.
Jamal Williams.
Oh, okay.
Right, Jamal Williams, who's in New Orleans now. He didn't get any part of the good success of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, you know what?
He didn't get any. By the way, you guys know, what do you guys think Dan Campbell did his first year? I've already used this on ET, and I say he might remember. What do y'all think Dan Campbell's first year in Detroit? What was his record?
They're bad.
3-13-1.
Yep.
It wasn't that 9-8 year where they beat the Packers and missed the playoffs. That was the next
And
year.
by the way, a lot of jokes about Dan Campbell.
For sure.
Guy's an idiot.
Absolutely.
Guy's a meathead.
Yes.
Meathead.
Yeah.
That's right.
Biting off the kneecaps and all that.
Well, and not necessarily untrue, but he can also lead men.
Mm-hmm.
You can lead men being a huckster. You can lead men being a goofball. You can lead men being buttoned up. You can lead men being mature, immature. You can
All
lead
kinds of
men.
leaders.
That's right.
The Lions will run through a wall for him.
Yes, they will. That dude cries, man.
Absolutely.
And means it.
Andrew-
I love you guys. They love him. He cries for those boys.
The city will run through a wall for
They
him.
will. So, yeah.
Ian Rappaport,
Mm-hmm.
Lions DC Aaron Glenn will begin his interviews on Thursday, spreading them out through Saturday. Jets, Saints, Bears, and Jaguars. All virtual per rules.
So apparently we've identified Aaron Glenn as maybe head coach of Mid-Syria, but the offensive coordinator up there doesn't quite pass muster as a potential coach. By the way, I do think it is fair to not pigeonhole ourselves into an offense first guy. That doesn't have to be it. That doesn't matter to me.
Here's the other.
Then that play caller better be a bad man.
Well, good.
Here's
Maybe it frees you up because if your coach is your play caller and it goes sideways, as we've learned, he can't do anything about it.
He wouldn't call the plays. Here's the only thing I think, though, about that. Like, if you hire Aaron Glenn brings in an OC. If they have a tremendous amount of success, then the OC gets a head coaching job, then you got to bring in another OC. If you bring in a head coach who has his offense, then it's that offense.
But you can say the same thing for the DV. You don't want to lose any good assistants.
Right. And especially not after 1 year, though.
Right.
Would Brunell not be a natural, at least, candidate for offensive coordinator if Aaron Glenn got the job? I would think. He's working with him up there. He's been working under Ben Johnson as the quarterbacks coach.
Here's my problem with this tweet. It's a fair tweet.
You have a problem with the tweet.
Yeah, he says, Dan, what if Shad hires Ben Johnson, gives him a year with Trent, and then after the season, Trent is let go and Ben Johnson has some say on who he wants for GM? That's great, but why do I got to play the what if? We shouldn't even be playing the what ifs. We keep looking for maybe this could happen.
Because if he let the GM go, if he were to let Balky go, then he ain't got no help in the landscape of looking for a head coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like nothing.
Right.
So maybe that's, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's a businessman. He's not dumb.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking of stuff that we're not thinking. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I have a Shazam spotlight, if I will, of the NFL variety.
Mm-hmm.
And it involves some of what you've been talking about. First, though, I have there's a couple of Shazams brought to you by the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kings. I'll take that short drop save on these big city prices. Here you go. You ready for this? You want to know the difference between the haves and have-nots in the NFL? The Raiders moved into, is it Allegiant Stadium?
Yeah, Allegiant.
In September 2020. It's been a while. Been a minute, as they say. 5 years, right?
It's been 5 years already?
2020. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 5 seasons they have played in Allegiant Stadium. Can y'all tell me what coach-quarterback combo has the most wins in Allegiant Stadium since 2020?
Oh, it got to be the interim guy with Carr.
Oh, Biasucci?
Yeah. Biasucci and Carr.
Yeah.
Nope. Want another guess? Nope, not him. No, the coach quarterback combo with the most wins in Allegiant Stadium since September 2020. The answer, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Huh?
That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Undefeated.
They got 6. Aiden O'Connell and Aaron Pierce have 5. That's amazing, the difference in the haves and have-nots. Now there's this, one more. In 2023, Baker Mayfield went to Tampa to battle, you remember this, Kyle Trask for the starting job. Remember, Hick?
Yeah.
E.T., remember that? Like, legitimately. Yeah. Brady was leaving. We got, Trask, at one point, Trask was the guy, and then they brought in Baker Mayfield, it felt like, to at least compete. But Mayfield ended up winning the job, and since then, since 2023, guess who has the most touchdown passes in the NFL?
Shake and bake.
Baker Mayfield, 69. Number 2, by the way, that brushstroke up there in Detroit. Jared Goff, 67 touchdowns with Ben Johnson the last 2 years. Lamar has 65. Burrow, 58. Allen, 57. Love, 57. Trevor Lawrence, nowhere to be found. Thanks in large part to a couple of dudes that are no longer in town and a part of it. Doug Pederson and Press Taylor's offense was pathetic. It was pathetic. It had been for years. Did nothing outside the box to try and fix it. Did nothing but finger point and blame others. And I think they've kept a guy with a similar mindset and personality in place as the GM, and who has to do a whole hell of a lot better, because if you analyze where we are and what we're at and the money we've had to spend and the positions we've had to fill, it's been a lot of Trent Baalke filling in his own misses. Right? We had to spend on Mitch Morse because this guy drafted our center. You know what the good teams do in round 3? They draft their center of the future. Tom Coughlin drafted Brad Meester and Wade and good players. Not our guy. Nope. He drafts the worst center in the league. Literally, for 2 years, graded. Worst center. 32 teams. Our guy was 36th this last year as a starter. That's what he gave your generational quarterback to work with. That's the symbiotic relationship that's going to thrive. This guy couldn't pick his nose, man. Break time. It's the drill. Reimer's next.
Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Tensions build.
3rd and 12. Let's go.
Plot thickens.
We got to get off the field.
Crowds roar. Tune in and let the show begin. Your home for live play-by-play is 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning has your back. Start the year fresh. No leaks, no clogs, no excuses. Call Duck Rooter at 904-862-6769 today. Because when you're stuck, call the Duck. Right now, get $50 off any service of $150 or more.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
What's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy E to the T with my bookie, and I hope everyone had a profitable betting regular season bet with my bookie. The college playoffs march is on. Notre Dame is favored by 1.5, favored over Penn State Thursday night. The over-under for the game at my bookie is 47 points. This matchup suggests a relatively close contest, and we know anything can happen. We're taking a look at betting the over here on points total. Friday night, Ohio State is the favorite team by 6 points against Texas. The over-under here is at 53.5 points, indicating expectation for a somewhat high-scoring game. Ohio State's lead in the spread might reflect confidence in the performance, and also is likely to be where the public is putting their money. But that 6 points is enough for Texas to cover the spread. So we're looking at going against the public and taking Texas in the points. If you haven't yet, sign up with my bookie, and we still giving that 50% deposit bonus. That's half your money back on your very first deposit up to $1,000. That promo code is 1010XL. So bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie. Come on, somebody.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Couldn't be any happier than to be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. And when I say family, that's what I mean. That's how they're going to treat you when you visit that beautiful Atlantic Boulevard showroom. You'll see what I'm talking about. Friendly folks over there, just smiles, wanting to help. You know me, I got my boy Blue. I love my Silverado. But if you want a truck like me or a car, an SUV, an electric, a pre-owned, George Moore Chevrolet's got them all. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, don't worry. MoreChevy.com. More with an E because it's easy to navigate the site. Sales, service, vehicles, parts. So easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet, gang together. Let's drive.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days thanks to Loan Pronto's new Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Imagine a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity. No appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses an AI-driven tech to get you approved for cash in as little as 1 day. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their debt, launched a home improvement project, and is now saving over $1,000 a month. Instant approvals, low fixed rates, fast transfers. Get cash to consolidate all your debt and get a fresh start to the new year. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much you qualify for. Imagine this time next week, you can be credit card debt-free. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, MLS, consumeraccess.org.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Pro-Jax Roofing. Florida men's basketball team will look to beef up their defense as they continue conference play this evening, taking on the #1 ranked Tennessee Volunteers at home. Tip-off is at 7. You can hear the game live on 1010XL AM. Florida State Seminole men's basketball team, following the win over Syracuse, head coach Leonard Hamilton said the team was prepped for it.
And our guys were prepared, and they communicated with each other, and we seemed to execute very well during those periods.
The Noles will play University of Miami tomorrow evening. Despite being named one of the top 5 best programs in Division I baseball, Florida Gators men's baseball team landed at number 11 in this year's ranking. Coming off a devastating College World Series loss, they look to get back to Omaha and finish the job. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 9:08. And it's 37 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
Prize is young, happy Gilmore, nipping at his heels and trailing by only one stroke. Shooter from the sand, playing like he really wants that jacket.
That guy's become the Twitter guy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Shooter.
Happy Gilmore.
They're remaking this movie, or updating it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And I'm locked in.
Is it Sandler?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Did him happy. Yeah, that big check. I wonder if they'll be giving away a big check down in South Florida. That should be a big check.
Have you seen the premises of which they're?
Yeah,
Man,
let's bring in our man Rhyme Dog right now.
Rhyme Dog.
What a huge step up. He went out on his own, Dan. I like to see him spread their wings. It was CRPR for half a minute. Yeah. Now he works for the one. When are we getting Tiger on, by the way? All these years of relationship building with you should have Tiger Woods on our air. We'll even play Robo Tiger for him. He'll hang up. We'll never talk to him again.
Or we'll take Rory for that matter.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I got you Patrick Cantlay. Isn't that enough?
He's down there with you, isn't he? No,
he's part of. Yeah,
he's on my Atlanta
he's not
team.
Here. He's not here this week, but he is part of the league.
He's on my Atlanta team.
Reimer, who is
one of the shortest interviews of all time.
Yes,
on 10-10
classic.
Reimer, who was the best get you got for us? Was it Fowler? Did he get Fowler for us?
No, Fowler. He left on the commode. Yeah.
All right.
No, but we got some back. He got a Sergio when he was good.
Yeah. He got us some guys.
He got us some guys when we were good. The Euros, they're always nicer than our stuffed shirt Americans, you know.
Oh, yeah.
No one will ever forget Y.E. Yang, one of the all-time classic
Correct.
interviews.
We
can't do that anymore.
We couldn't
Reimer.
do that. We once, ladies and gentlemen, you guys would appreciate this. We once did an interview with Y.E. Yang after he won an event, and then we'd ask a question, and we would just play some generic guy speaking Korean. We thought that was appropriate. God knows what he was saying. Yeah,
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Might not fly today, though. Might not fly.
No,
we once played a game
get
G
away
or
with
C. I can't even. That one was so risky. I can't even say what the title of the game show was.
that's
Literally played it on the air
anyway.
more than once.
Rhyme Dog.
Ooh. Wait.
Rhyme Dog. I think that venue that you guys have down there. I was reading about it the other day.
It is. So for those who don't know, TGL launches tonight.
Yes.
It's 9 p.m. on ESPN.
That's the Tiger Golf League. Tiger Golf League. That's what it stands for, right?
Yeah, we'll call it that. It's Tomorrow Golf League, Tiger Golf League, the Golf League, whatever you want to call it. It's TGL, but
yes.
It's this creation of our CEO Mike McCarley, who kind of had the idea of how do you, with everything going on in golf, in the professional world, and then the rise in popularity in the recreational sense, and you see these new styles of golf out there with Top Golf and simulator golf. You've got a venue here where we've built a 5-story simulator screen.
It's
players are
unbelievable.
going to hit from real grass, real fairway grass. We have a grass farm here just outside the arena. Real rough, real sand. They're going to hit from 35 yards away into this monstrous screen, and then as they go through these virtual holes that were custom built for the best players in the world just for this venue, when they get to 50 yards away in the virtual world, they turn around and there's a short game area the size of a basketball court that they then turn around and have to make the ball into the real hole in front of 1,500 people.
Do they chip into the green?
The facility is basically, it's basically a broadcast studio. There's 70-some cameras included inside. You're going to see golf angles from above. There's drones flying in here. There's spider cams, rail cams that they have at the Olympics, RoboCams. And the green rotates 360 degrees, and underneath of it are 600 different actuators that actually change how putts break on every hole. So
crazy.
The green's going to change every hole. We've done our dress rehearsals the last 3-4 nights, and I tell you what, there's DJs, there's music, there's
right.
We've got our chief hype officer Roger Steele's getting the crowd going. It's pretty electric.
Oh, that could have been you, E. That could have been you, E.
It could have been. It still can be.
Hey,
still can be.
Reimer,
Still can be.
I read a quote from Billy Ho, who's part of it, right?
Yeah.
And he said, that's what he wants. You just mentioned you want the crowd going wild, you want the atmosphere, you want it pumped up, right? Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, this is not sit on your hands
Right.
and whisper. This is a lot different. There's actually, when you play like a golf video game and it's a stressful moment and they have the heartbeat and the controller shakes.
Yeah.
So we have a shot clock. We have a shot clock, and when the shot clock gets to 15 seconds, a huge heartbeat starts bumping in the arena. When it gets to 10 seconds, the heartbeat starts going faster.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely not, traditional golf. It's meant to be complimentary. There's still absolutely a place for traditional golf in the game, and this isn't supposed to take the place of that. This is supposed to be a complement, and it's all done in 2 hours. So matches take 2 hours. They're 15 holes. The guys, there's 3 players on each team. There's 6 teams. The guys play alternate shots for the first 9 holes, and then they go into singles for the last 6 holes. You win a hole, you get a point.
Mm-hmm.
If you tie a hole, there's no points, no ties, no carryover. So you're going to see kind of traditional sports scores of 6-3 to win a match.
I wonder if they really will get nervous. They've been through so much real, but it's a different effect, but with the heartbeat and the difference, I mean, at least initially, I mean, you're playing for house money, so that, kind of always helps. But I'm curious to this, Rob, a couple of things.
The guys they're competitive, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to come in here and it's going to be funny, but they definitely want to win.
Sure.
It's also just different, when all these cameras are following you, you're mic'd up and, you're trying. The screen is huge, but it is interesting. It's 35 yards away, and you're hitting into this window, kind of into the metaverse, and it's just different. It's just different. So Shane Lowry is going to be he's on the Bay tonight. Is the Bay versus New York? So the Bay is owned by Steph Curry and Mark Lasry, who used to own the Milwaukee Bucks. New York is owned by some guy named Steve Cohen, who
Let's go New York!
That owns the Mets.
Woo!
So it's Xander, Ricky, and Matt Fitzpatrick on the New York team against Shane Lowry, Ludwig Oberg, and Wyndham Clark.
I don't want to run your I don't want to run your league for you, but maybe out of the gates we go Tiger v. Rory. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Listen, people are going to tune in this week because it's the first. And
then you're going to hit them next week.
So we're getting some Tiger viewers. We got 2 weeks where we should do okay.
But here's what I was going to ask you. It's interesting because I guess I always thought that there's 6 teams. Every event would feature 6 teams in some form or fashion. But it looks like you just got a schedule. They come in, they play a game against each other, and
so
yeah.
If you think about being complimentary to the PGA Tour, who's a partner of TGL, so these will all be PGA Tour players.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the West Coast right now. They're in Hawaii. So scheduling all 6 teams to play every single week while they're on the West Coast would really be a kind of a distraction from their PGA Tour schedule. When we built the teams, when we made the schedule, it was all done so in a way that wouldn't be disruptive to their PGA Tour schedule. So Hideki Matsuyama is a great example. He's on the Boston team. And Rory's on the Boston team. So Hideki traditionally plays all the Hawaii events. Rory traditionally plays overseas on the European Tour the next 2 weeks. So that's the reason that their first match is until week 4. So you have 1 match a week for the first 5 weeks, all in primetime, all on ESPN, all in 2 hours. And then when they transition to Florida and the kind of the Florida swing, then you're going to start seeing triple headers, Monday, Tuesday matches, all 6 teams play. And
Will
then,
they always be live?
Always be live.
They'll
We have a semifinal week after players, finals the week after that, and so it's all wrapped up before.
That's a commitment to only make I say only, but I think the winning. What's the winning team can win? What, $4 million apiece, $2 million apiece? What is it?
It's $9 million to the winning team.
So $3 apiece. $3 million apiece if you win. But the losers, last place, only gets like $600,000.
Yeah, but they all get a cut.
Well, for
I got
sure.
a secret.
Yeah.
I got a secret.
What?
Yeah.
Every player gets equity in the league.
Yeah, that's what
every
Dan
player's
said.
an owner.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
So,
Reimer, here's what you did.
It's like
It's
live
incentive
without
for
all the
them to-
pretension.
Yeah, here's the exciting part, I think, Rhymes, is that I think you've stumbled on, and this is a good TV part. You got good dates to do this, and you had to obviously work with the tour on this. But the Monday, Tuesdays, right? Is that when this is a good, and this time of the year, we're not it's not all year long, right? We're doing it a couple months, and we'll see how it goes. But it sounds very promising and exciting. Pross brought up excuse me, you have a call. Pross brought up a good point. The one thing, and I'm curious how the rehearsals went. Are the guys interacting? Because we need the fellas to be.
It's just Tiger right now. What are you doing?
Yapping it up a little bit.
Did we lose him?
Did we lose him?
I think he probably took the call.
He took
Tiger
the call.
On the line. Yeah, he's on the line. Robo Tiger is right now on privacy.
He took the
He's
call.
right out here out in the bay, and he heard Reimer talking about it and said, "What are you doing? I told you I'm never going on with those Robo Tiger guys."
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. I think we got the gist. No?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we got the gist. I was curious. One question I was going to ask him. So is he saying when they get within a certain distance, they're actually? What is going on with that, bro? He's trying to call in now. We're getting call waiting. I have one question about the performance of the tournament, like the actual playing of the tournament, and then we'll let him go. How about that? We'll make him our dadgum TGV correspondent. I never call it the right thing, do I? What's it called, Dan?
TGL.
TGL, yeah. I went
Tiger Golf
TGV.
League.
I have to go all kinds of things. Reimer, we're just going to let you go. You've become sort of a technological hassle.
$50 million arena, can't get a cell phone.
There you go. All right, I have one question though. You said
Wait, let me ask him real quick. In the rehearsals, did the guys interact? Because we weren't wondering about that. How did those go as far as the guys? Because that's what you need.
And not forced. It needs to be good, right?
Yeah.
You know.
So you have all 6 players are mic'd up. Matt Berry is our play-by-play host. Marty Smith is down on the field doing.
Could have had Hicken and Prosser for a lot less. Could have had Hicken and Prosser for a lot less.
That's right. So there's no color commentator. There's no Johnny Miller, Paul Azinger, Trevor Immelman in the booth, because you don't have to ask Johnny Miller what's the player thinking. You can go right to Max Homa and say, Max, you and Tiger just talked about the next shot you're going to hit. What's it going to be like? So there's that conversation within the broadcast, and these guys love talking smack. They love the banter. You know, we've had kind of not fake players, but up and coming guys doing some of the dress rehearsals.
Okay,
we have a thing called the hammer, which is at any point in time, the team that has the hammer.
It's a betting game, is what it is.
Can double the point value of a hole.
If you play gambling golf, you know what the hammer is. And you get hammered, and then you get hammered back. And if you turn it down, that means you sissied out and you quit, and they get the point.
Exactly.
It won't take long to figure it out.
So the dress rehearsal players didn't throw the hammer much. Then we had a practice match with the real guys, and I'm telling you,
every other shot's a hammer. You bet.
It's amazing.
And they're betting real money too. You know, you should get permission to put up what these guys are betting like out of their own pocket.
Sure.
You should get permission to do that. Hey, this is these guys. This is a $5,000 Nassau. They're hammered.
And the interesting part, you bring up betting. Every single shot is live on television. When we go to commercial breaks, they pause just like they do in NBA games.
Okay.
Or just like they do. So you think about the betting opportunities here. Every shot is tracked. You have, ball speed. You have carry distance. You have who's going to hit it the furthest. But we're going to have, we are legal with Hard Rock here in Florida. We have 24 states where we've been approved. So you're going to see a lot of pretty interesting opportunities for live.
I'm going to have to take a pass on the screen betting. We'll see, though. I had one question about the actual competition, and then we'll let you go. But you said earlier when they get within 60, they turn around and they hit. Are they going to be hitting chip shots into a live green, or are they only putting on the green?
A real green. So anything from 60 yards out goes into this real green.
And do they have – so the last question I have is, do they have – do you manufacture, shrubs or bushes or – obstacles? So everything is just a flat. Okay, I was just wondering if you had to deal with that kind of thing.
So the green itself has these built-in.
I get that.
Knolls, but there isn't. So one of the things they have in the bunkers when you're hitting into the screen is they have the ability to raise this lip up in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But there's there's intentionally not a lot of trees blocking fairways and things like that.
Yeah. I got you. All right, well, I'm looking forward to giving it a watch, just curiosity
I'm
first.
looking forward to hearing what you guys think,
right.
and at some point we'll get you guys down for a match and
I like it.
come have you see it in person for
Yeah,
sure.
we'll do that, man. We'll go.
Good luck, Rhymes.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Take care, guys.
There he goes. That's our guy.
That's our boy.
There he is. CRPR no more. Now officially wingman for Tiger. He made it.
It's a good life.
Finally made it. He traded Sergio for Tiger and Rory. Finally, you traded up, Reimer.
I love
Big
that.
time. It is the, what is today? Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Our heads are spinning. Maybe we'll actually get to talk about a real coaching search and get over our just rabid disappointment.
We're
from
diving into
status quo
Freak Show
right here.
1 when we come back.
Yeah, this guy has been dying to tell you the story of Fox Sports and what's going on there and what is basically
FS1, Freak Show 1.
It's basically a den of iniquity. That's what it feels like. This is the drill.
Big moment. Play-by-play is full of plot twists.
Did that just happen?
And high-octane drama.
And this game is tied.
Experience the most play-by-play sports on 1010XL. The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the Michelob Ultra PBR Jacksonville at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, February 22nd and 23rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
I've known Glenn Coleman for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes & Cohen.
Hey, fellas, what's going on? It's your boy E.T. the T here, and it's a brand new year, which means a brand new you, especially in the bedroom. So if you're ready to make 2025 the year to level up where it counts, let me make it a little easier for you. Get yourself some Blue Chew. They've got chewable tablets with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, and Staxin. That means you're getting top-tier performance without leaving the house. Blue Chew comes right to the front door in a discreet package so your nosy neighbors won't know what's going on. No doctor's office, no pharmacy runs. Just licensed medical pros helping you find the right prescription. And guess what? They're made right here in the good old US of A. Oh, and did I mention it's free? Yeah, you heard me. Your first month is free. So what you waiting for? Visit BlueChew.com and get that consultation. Start the year off right with that confidence to keep things interesting. That's BlueChew.com, baby. And let's make this year unforgettable.
Bowl season is like a college football snow globe. And with 1010XL's Ultimate Bowl Challenge, you can decorate your life with $1,000 in jewelry from Beard's Diamonds if you win.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Get your picks in at 1010XL.com.
You waited forever for your new fence. Strangers show up. Subcontractors you've never met. Rushing through the job. And sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained employees deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. I, for one, like a sure bet. Putting my money up, knowing I'll win. That's why I bet on Awaken 180. It was a sure thing, and the results proved it to all of us. Start your new year out knowing you'll reach your goal. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners, so you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What do I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
The Florida Forum Speaker Series welcomes New York Times bestselling author Deepak Chopra, moderated by Shad Khan, January 15th. For your chance to win tickets, text FORUM to the text line covered by Lifetime Flooring at 641-1010.
If you're watching football this season, you know anything can happen. And on Hard Rock Bet, we mean anything. One fan in South Florida turned a $1 touchdown parlay into a $40,000 payday. Hard Rock Bet has parlays for days. With flex parlays, now you can even miss a few picks and still get paid. Parlays for every kind of play. Only on Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. When your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Now, the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Big-time players make big-time plays when their team needs it the most. And the clutch gene was certainly with Parker Washington. Mac Jones would find the teal and black wideout for an 8-yard touchdown, which would tie the score at 20 with 7:50 left in regulation. The Parker Washington score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill.
We're wasting time.
Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
All right, breaking. The Jags have requested permission to speak with Lions OC Ben Johnson. Now, we don't know if he's accepted that. They've also requested Liam Cohen, who we were talking about earlier. You can pretty much know who the candidates will be.
I will say this. While I got to be honest, my biggest fear, criticism in the Balky went beyond the spotty record of player procurement. Because, in fairness, every team suffers from that. Coaches and players overcome bad general managing. It's when everything is bad that a team's terrible, and everything was bad, the team's terrible, right? So I do think that you can. What scares me, though, the most is not getting the best possible coaching candidate because of who your GM is. We've heard people in the league and sometimes from themselves say that would be the case. If it's not, if Trent Baalke does have the freedom, flexibility, power, and an even fight to get a Ben Johnson or any coaching candidate out there, the level of mistake in retaining him is lessened to me, at least a little bit.
Not to me.
That's fair.
I think he's...
And I understand that, and I get it. But
I think his player procurement is awful.
Yeah.
Again, I'll look at what the Vikings did. I'll look at what the Lions did.
For
we
sure.
were in the same boat as the Lions, and we've gone backwards.
Don't disagree.
Yeah, I don't.
But if
I refuse to accept. Well, he's okay. Ain't good enough.
No, there's no part of what I said. Makes it a justifiable decision. Again, I think it's the worst decision maybe Shad Khan has ever made as an owner here. I don't mean to be too dramatic. This is a chance to restart. The Trevor factor should not be as ignored as it is here. We're doing all the classic things you do to destroy a young quarterback's potential. You don't protect him. You give him a lot of chaos. You have a variety of coaches and systems. Ultimately, you get him injured. Like every single thing that you do to ruin a top quarterback outside of him and himself and his own development, the Jaguars are doing. With just no lack of continuity, with no chemistry, not a lot of talent. He finally got a rookie receiver, but he's just a rookie until then. We played with the recast projects of Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk and Zay Jones. And, yeah, they're the king of the average here, but across the league, they're not league good. They're Jag good.
Right. There's a difference.
There's a difference.
A big difference.
A big difference.
Like when the top 100 come out.
We won't have any.
We don't get
Then
them.
we'll see about how impact Trey. I'm so sick of being sold what a good pick Trayvon Walker was because he's had a couple. Listen to me, gang. This is where, again, this is going to be the ultimate reflection of Jag good versus league good. You ready, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm about to do something here that is just going to, I think, put it in, its proper perspective.
Okay.
Y'all know who Jonathan Cooper is?
Jonathan Cooper?
Yeah. How about Jonathan Cooper? Jonathan Cooper has 10.5 sacks. Is he number one pick?
Yeah.
How about Will McDonald of the Jets? I think same draft, maybe one later.
Mm-hmm.
Will McDonald of the Jets had 10.5 sacks. Anybody saying he's a freaking Grand Slam home run? I'm not doing this to drag on Trayvon Walker. I'm not. It's that number one pick in the draft. That's ridiculous. Dante Fowler Jr. had 10.5, boys.
Here's the point about that, though.
Will Anderson, 11.
The point's been made.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's moot.
I got you.
He's a good football player.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just leave it at that.
Right.
Right? I mean, he is. He's a good football player. He works hard. He's a good guy. He's a good piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been the number one pick, but we know that. It's been proven.
I got you.
All right. A couple other things. Gators play hoops tonight against number one Tennessee. They've played 19 times against number one. You know their overall record in those 19 appearances?
Are they over?
No.
Okay. I think they beat number one. I think I recall them beating like a number one Auburn one year, I want to say. I'd say they are how many?
19.
3-16.
2-17.
Was one in a tournament?
I don't know. 0-5 at home. So, and Tennessee is a real contrast to Florida. Tennessee's given up 55 points a game, I think I read. Florida scores. So that should be interesting. So keep an eye on that.
Florida has shown, I'll take... Matt Driscoll had a funny, I thought, quote made out of frustration after his team fell to 0-2 in league play here locally. And he said, our guys just show no real interest in playing defense.
Yeah.
I think same thing in defense. Defense doesn't seem to get our guys excited. They don't really care how much you score. And, he did it tongue in cheek, but it's an insult to your team. And look, you can have fun scoring 100 down there, Todd Golden. You ain't winning anything doing that. You'll win a tournament game or two. Ain't no 120 point a game team goes and wins in the tournament. They run into a real basketball team that plays, complementary basketball both sides. And so that's why the Loyola Marymounts are fun. Who have there been anyone since then? Every once in a while a team comes across and they're just known for all their high scoring.
Yeah.
And, that's it helps to be as explosive and good and talented. I think Florida needs to win tonight. I think they need to back up all this preseason pizzazz and all these pleasantries being thrown their way and prove they're a top 10 team. Because if they lose tonight, they've been overrated.
All right, before we head to break,
Nick Benito has 13.5.
I need to take the 3-foot walk.
What about Grenard and Hunter having the same amount of sacks after we said last year, that's a pretty even swap?
Grenard is a terrific player.
Now, you're going to have to hurry to get your FS in when we come back.
It just won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
It just won't stop. The Freak Show 1 Twitter is having a
FS1
field day. FS1.
You're dying to get into this.
I mean, just it's amazing.
FS1 is a cable network, ladies and gentlemen. Fox Sports 1. They have a variety of personalities on there who apparently treat the workplace like it's a swingers club.
But the photos aren't bad, though. Yeah.
They're
What
funny,
photos? Oh, there's photos going around now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I've been following this salaciousness.
Oh, yeah.
What about Trey Hendrickson leading the league in sacks by 3.5?
Man, they got the leading sacker.
17.5 sacks.
Well, yeah, like 3 the other night.
I don't care. It's 3.5 more than Garrett. I'm sure he had 3 somewhere.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow lead the league in passing.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase
going to win the Triple Crown.
Yeah, but they didn't make the playoffs.
Man.
Yeah.
Whose fault is
I blame
that?
Press Taylor's brother.
Yeah, that's what I would. I mean, it's got. I don't think that's ever happened in the history of the NFL.
Well, the defense is what did it. I don't. Yeah, even with the 17.5, they weren't about the worst in the league.
Yeah. So, Freak Show 1 real quick.
FS1. So what happened?
FS1. Skip Bayless disappeared from TV. All of a sudden came out and announced this is his last day. Well, I think maybe I think maybe we found out why.
Harassing a hairstylist.
Yeah, and
trying to squeeze on her.
Offering $1.5 million.
Yeah, anybody who offers a woman $1.5 million to sleep with her is a stupid man.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't
believe
anyway.
it
at all. This, I think there's some language barriers and some miscommunication here with this hairstylist. She said some kind of goofy things too.
Which then leads to the whole lunch with Joy Taylor, who's Jason Taylor's sister,
She's a Tag Her Watch.
Went
It's the short story.
Went from Miami to the big time on Fox, where she's hosting big shows out of nowhere.
Just doing everyone.
And apparently...
Just doing them all. Line them up. Old and white, young and black. She just running through them all, Lee.
Her and Mr. Morality, the Acho Man, are getting it on. And then
they can pronounce his name correctly.
And then the guy who makes all the decisions about who's
That's
on what
the old
show.
white guy. Acho will be the young black dude.
He get him a piece too?
Oh, yeah. She's equal. She's equal rights.
Yeah, so it's out of control over there. I don't know.
No
and then you got
there.
Shay Shay giggling off to the side because he's left. So I don't.
Shay, by the way, while on FS1, the author of the let me accidentally leave my mic open while I live stream my.
I mean,
my blue chew.
We got a den of iniquity over there at FS.
I'm telling you, it's like a swingers club. Shag carpet.
Yeah. So
the problem with Acho and him being in here, the problem with Acho's presence in all this is that if you follow along, Acho takes this high horse route on everything in life.
Does.
The high morality look. So look, I get it, man. Everyone it's not always. There are a lot of people not guilty of doing what they're saying, but if you're going to be over, that's my whole time. One of my biggest problems with Jalen back in the day, while he's doing the most disgusting things, putting your Bible verse every day. Stop it.
All right, we got to take.
Acho don't know the game. Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
He went and deleted everything, all his videos with Joy. Like, bruh, come on, you don't know the game, bro.
Yeah.
Just let it slide.
They already have everything. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, make the turn for home next year on The Drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Happy New Year from everyone at Nimnick Buick GMC. Frank Frangie here. As we kick off 2025, there's no better time to find your next vehicle. Start the year strong with the best selection, unbeatable prices, and a team that's here to help you every step of the way. Because when it comes to putting you first, there's nobody but Nimnick. Remember, Nimnick Buick GMC has the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. Shop 24/7 at NimnickBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom on Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hi, I'm Janelle. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the bold flavors. It's very savory. And that golden crispy outside of the sandwich just lets me know that it's going to be so perfectly juicy on the inside.
I'm Sawyer, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the crispy chicken filet. You get the tenderness of the chicken and that zesty pickle. It's savory and tasty. What's not to love? The holidays are all about being together and eating together.
Sandwich in some together time this holiday. Order the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Playoff time. It's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. More than 10 million members, billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple. Pick 2 or more players across any sport. Pick more or less on their projection. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits in your account this sports season. Join Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code JAX. You'll get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's code JAX on Prize Picks. You get $50 when you play 5. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, man. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Start the new year with a fresh look for your home. It's the Renewal by Andersen New Year's sales event. For a limited time, save 20% off on our energy-efficient windows and patio doors designed to keep your home comfortable year-round and your energy bills down. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation. But hurry, the special New Year's offer won't last. License number CGC 1527613.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Florida's weather is unpredictable. Don't let the Epic chill catch you off guard. For reliable heating services, call Epic Cool Heating and Air. Keep your home cozy all season long. Call 904-859-EPIC. 904-859-3742.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 7th, 1998, Los Angeles Lakers Shaquille O'Neal blocked 3 shots in a 114-102 win over the Milwaukee Bucks, bringing his new block total to 1,002.
Open enrollment is here, so it's time to secure health coverage for your family. Whether you need Affordable Care Act plans, dental, or Medicare, visit one of the Florida Blue pop-up enrollment tents near you. They make the process easy and stress-free with medical and dental insurance you can count on. Plus, listen to this. Based on eligibility, many people pay absolutely nothing for coverage. Find the perfect Florida Blue plan for your family at the Aaron Group in Orange Park near the intersection of College Drive and 220. Here's a reminder for Florida Blue members. You can access Sanitas Medical Center with 3 locations around town offering primary care, walk-in services, an on-site pharmacy, and mental health support. 3 Sanitas Medical Centers, combined with Florida Blue coverage and expert service you'll get from the Aaron Group in Orange Park, will make you feel like a winner in Northeast Florida insurance coverage.
Waited forever for your new fence. Strangers show up. Subcontractors you've never met. Rushing through the job. And sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained employees deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com. I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com. Count on Campione, Campione Law.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
With the release of Doug Pederson as the Jaguar head coach, owner Shad Khan expressed a change was needed.
I spoke to Doug even last week for a good length of time. I just came to the conclusion what we were doing was not working.
General Manager Trent Baalke wants to move quickly to find a head coach, but stressed he'll take time to find the right person.
How long that process takes, I think Shad mentioned it's going to take as long as it takes to identify the right individual.
Jag wide receiver Christian Kirk remarked on Doug Pederson being let go.
Obviously, it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, we all had a hand in this season and just how the way things have shaken out.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
10XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 87.
All right, time to cool down. A lot happening, of course, with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The requests are now going in. The requests, Aaron Glenn, Liam Cohen, didn't see Vrabel yet. They requested Ben Johnson. Hold your breath on that one. We know that Ben Johnson will interview with Chicago and New England, but we will see who else is added to the list. But it'll be, look, it is game on, so you got to go find a coach, and you hope.
I'm trying to cool down on looking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted the MVP to be given away at the end of the year. I think when you truly tell, all right, I'm willing to concede. Can we wait until after the divisional round to give away the MVP? I'm already looking forward to Baltimore, Buffalo.
Stop mushing it.
That's happening. Baltimore, Buffalo, and then for the right to try and dethrone these jokers. And boy, you see what that top seed means, right? Look at Kansas City. Look at the difference. They're going to play Houston or the Chargers and then play to go to the Super Bowl. And then, Buffalo and Baltimore's going to have to go Pittsburgh at home, which just adds the difficulty being division, and then potentially at Buffalo and vice versa. Yeah, you're right. I don't mean to mush it, but if it gets there, that's about as good as the divisional rounds you can have.
Ravens minus 8.5 against Pittsburgh.
Seems
you got to
too
take
many.
that Steeler points, man. The Steelers have
I wouldn't
now,
take your
look,
advice, though.
They beat them the last time they played recently. But the Steelers had won like 8 out of 10 against Baltimore. Like Tomlin
No, they
said,
give them trouble. They're 2-1 in the playoffs.
We know how to play Lamar. I heard this stat about Lamar.
Lamar's worse against the Steelers than anyone else. That's accurate.
Lamar's
it's all relative.
Passer rating, regular season 102. Passer rating postseason 75.
I wonder if a lot of quarterbacks don't have big drop-offs. So
we've looked at that.
Yeah.
I don't think Tom Brady did. I don't think Joe Montana did.
I don't know.
Uncle Rico didn't.
I don't think Uncle Rico did. Who?
Uncle Rico, man.
Okay. Get us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
Morning, Tony.
Good morning.
Now, do you actually check the tape with Jeff Lageman today, or do you?
I don't know how much tape.
Do
we're
we
gonna
actually
get to
check
today.
the tape?
Yeah.
Is it worth even looking at?
Yeah, it was kind of a relief that we didn't have to talk much about the game yesterday. That was the only good thing about any of the chaos that was Monday on the show. But, I doubt we're going to get to a whole lot of what actually happened on the field. We might get a question or two in.
How did Cole Van Lannon look, Logs? I'm just curious.
No, we got other things to get into.
You got other fish to fry here today.
Yeah.
Just need a little Blake Hance.
Yesterday was
excited to see him get some reps.
From the very beginning of it, and then it's like, well, can't get any worse, and then the owner speaks, and it only got worse after what Shad was doing yesterday. It's unbelievable.
Tom Brady, 89.
Eric Armstead with some interesting comments, too.
Like, what is that?
I'm like, what?
Stop it.
Like, what is happening down there? Like, it's
must be a 49er thing. I felt like a Balky told him what to say on that one. Hey, there's a good chance to blame the coaches further.
Yeah. Ugly. But at least they got requests to interview a couple guys that everyone's like, they're interviewing guys potentially.
But
potentially. Yeah, we'll see.
89.8 for Brady. So, big difference. Regular to post.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take Brady. You take Lamar.
I'm not saying that. Peyton Manning, 87.4. The point was, it gets a lot more difficult in the postseason for everyone. For sure. Not just for Brady. Yeah, not just for Lamar.
Can't wait, though. Can't wait for the wild-card weekend. All right, well, have a great show.
Thank you.
Logs.
Yeah.
Mike and Tony ready to roll with Jaguars today.
Check the pulse Tuesday.
Check the pulse.
Next. It's been a Catlin